Can you pass me my...
Welcome to D&D.
Dice tray. What am I...
There are a lot of handouts today that will be found. So if you want to go to our website, they will be all available after and during the break as we move through the session. Just wanted to, point that out. If you want to type in !handouts, that'll give you a link to our website, or you can click down below, and that will also send you to our website as well. That's really all I have to talk about, other than the abridged episodes, which are shorter episodes that are also available on our YouTube if you want to go check it out. And if you're new, you can go and catch up.
What
Don't
the
know what
fuck?
that was. Don't know what that was.
That was good. That's what that was.
But what happened in the last session? The party witnessed the aftermath of their battle within Gren, spoke to some of the deserted once more. More information was given about the deserted organization and Ferocia Terran, and they began their journey southbound to Schwenten. During their journey, Dagamaris and Vivian came across the inn that they originally met in, caught under the spell of a pyramid of Balanzar. After speaking with each other momentarily and exploring an underground portion of the inn that they had not previously known about, they continued down further south. During this time, they spoke with the deserted, who informed Dagamaris of more Erlendi and half Erlendi that had been kept secret within the city of Schwenten, not only for the safety of them, but also for the safety of others around them, as they appear to be not so good with other people. Dagamaris would have you believe otherwise. Along the way, they also spoke with a nice traveling family who made them sandwiches, and they got to know the population a bit more. What?
The White Locks.
Yeah. Once in Schwenten, Vivian pressed firmly that their first destination would be none other than Rocket D.H. Friedman's home, or Hector F. Dollhouse's house, which they found a large journal. And they read that. They read the whole dang thing. And in that journal, it revealed a mess of information that was previously unknown to them.
TLDR for Servius is a little cunt.
Anyway, after they read the journal, Baldric for Servius contacted them, threatened to contact Titus Mirkwood, did contact Titus Mirkwood. Titus Mirkwood, not giving a shit, messaged them, asked why Dagamaris kept interrupting his sleep. Dagamaris was confused by this, as he had nothing to do with it this time. Vivian, Faye, not Faye.
Wow.
Vivian, Eupheme,
Shame,
I know. Vivian, Eupheme, Dagamaris, and Yclad now sit or stand around the table in which they found Rocket's journal upon, wondering what their next steps will be. With that, let me hit you with a little bit of an intro.
It seems longer.
It is.
Oh.
That's the longer intro, baby.
What's up, baby?
Okay, so you all sit in Hector Dollhouse's home around a table. What would you like to do?
Well, that was an ordeal. How far in are you with Titus?
Eupheme, the telepathic link that you can create between minds. Would it be possible for us to discuss that way for a bit, since we have
People
And I want to
listening
look
in?
up a little bit.
an audience, potentially?
All right. Prepare yourself. I don't scream in everyone's head. It's working.
Yes, it is working.
No, never mind. Sorry. Go.
Not even funny. Not even humorous.
What do you mean, how far am I in with Titus?
This is telepath.
No.
We're all just staring intensely at each other.
You just told me you spoke with Titus? That's what you were mumbling about?
I knew Titus before he did. I knew Titus when I first came out of the Underdark. He was one of the first people we met. Before he was even this.
So are you and Dagomar spies for him?
No, he wants to kill both of us.
Then why was he talking to you?
Because he has a lot more important things to do than kill both of us right now. And because for Servius sent to him to try and threaten us, which I knew wasn't going to work because, like I said, he has way more important things to do.
You mentioned this for Servius was one of the archmages on the Dragon's Council?
Yes,
He was the guy in the book.
the one involved in the Maxim of Magic.
Right, that your friend knew.
Yes, they studied together. He's not part of the Maxim. Hector, I mean.
What's the Maxim?
We don't know. Hector thought it was, an organization created to continue the study of necromancy after the 8th Tower of Necromancy fell in Tristfall.
So, wouldn't that mean you're part of the Maxim?
Not all necromancers are part of the Maxim. I also don't know. So
How could you be part of the Maxim? Be a necromancer and not be part of the Maxim?
there are clerics who can perform necromantic spells. You perform necromancy. Are you part of the Maxim?
Well, that's still out for debate.
Dagomars performs necromancy. Is he part of the Maxim?
I don't know.
Necromancers and liches and the Dragon's Council and a divination wizard who messed with one of the mage's heads and what are you all into?
Well, slow down there.
I think it's what we're all into.
It's,
What you dragged me into now?
You've been involved in it. When the pestilent drow, the rats he described, when they come up, are you not involved with that? The Dragon's Council presides over the Southern Realms, assisting Glaucon. If something goes wrong there, are you not involved in that? I didn't drag you into this.
Ignorance is kind of my weapon in this. Or my shield, I guess.
a shield. Is that the word you want to use?
If I don't know about it, I don't have any stake in it.
They might have a stake in you.
There's a lich on the Dragon's Council and you don't have a stake in that.
Why should I care?
Because there's a lich on the Dragon's Council.
What does that mean,
You don't
Vivian?
know, do you know what a lich is?
Yeah, I've read about it.
And you know that they're immortal. And you know that if there's one on the Dragon's Council, we don't know how long it's been there.
I didn't know that.
We don't know how much power it has.
Well, so now it's what?
The dragon.
The onus
came.
is on you to take care of it or something?
The onus is on the people who know about it.
Yeah, I'd
If
rather I
there-
didn't
if-
now.
Well, I wish I did know a lot of things I do as well. But you know it. We all do. You don't have to do anything about it.
I would like to not.
That's a shame then.
Are you gonna do something about it?
Yes,
Before or after you find your friend?
both. There are a lot of people that I've come to meet that should know about this. that have the power, like you do, to do something about it.
Well, then tell them and then be done with it.
My memories are locked behind a curse called the Curse of Draugen's Chosen 10. A council of 10 liches. Headed by someone named Gamarian. They're the ones that laid waste to the Scar of Cruel in the Second Age of Elves. I don't know if the Maxim of Magic is associated with these people, but by how much Hector mentioned memory in his journal, and Baldric for Servius being involved at the Maxim, and a Lich being on the Dragon's Council, and the other Dragon's Council members being part of the Maxim.
Is there any way you can talk about this without making my head hurt?
No. Baldric for Servius has a stake in Hector Dollhouse. I have a stake in Hector Dollhouse. And there is a curse of 10 liches on my mind. I don't know why, but I cannot believe that I am not involved. And I cannot let him continue to operate without some consequence.
Fine, let's talk about Hector then. Why didn't you tell me he was your dad?
I didn't know he was my dad until literally 2 hours ago. I happened to meet him in Tristfall. It was lucky. I was casting a spell. I noticed that his cat was giving off a faint necromantic aura. That was the only other necromancy I had seen. So I followed him.
Wait, those memories in the journal are what you're talking about? Being locked up?
No, I remember being in the pits. I just didn't remember that it was Hector. I remembered this house. And I remembered playing with children, and I remembered speaking to some shopkeeper, but I didn't remember Hector. Someone erased him from my mind. And everything that happened after I was a child here.
Then why did everything you tell me about him sounded like he didn't want to be found?
You heard the journal. He spoke a lot about the power of enchantment.
Sure.
And what happens when the spell Modify Memory is cast at a certain level.
Yeah, but
I tried to unlock one of the layers of the curse on my mind, and it permanently altered me.
What does that have to do with this? He sounded happy at the end of the journal.
He sounded happy at the end of the journal because that's before he received his burns. That's before we went on an expedition into the southern range of Astrid. I found it in letters to Bilphus, someone who went on that first expedition with him.
When was this?
The letters weren't dated. So I don't know. I don't remember it.
How much time is in between the end of the journal and now?
Oh God, I don't have the date. I don't have the journal with me.
So
Oh, it was like 1510?
18 years.
18 years. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Something happened when we went into the southern range of Astrid. The southern range of Astrid is also where he thought the Maxim of Magic might be operating.
Look. You are all in a lot of shit. And looks like you need my help. But I'll only help you if we don't let any other of the webs that you're caught up in slow us down from finding my dad. Both of ours are somewhere in the southern portion of the spine. I don't see why not to help each other
The southern
out.
portion of the spine,
Right? You said he was...
or going to the southern range of Astrid.
Sorry, is that not in the southern portion of the spine?
No, it isn't. The southern range of Astrid is a different mountain range. So this is the southern portion of the spine, and the range of Astrid starts like here, goes across.
The pass, the
Is
pass of
between the
Barentooth
two.
spine is between the two mountain ranges.
Jeez. Okay. Wait, so we would be going from here, we would be going the opposite way of Varentooth spine.
Yeah, but you also don't have any idea where your dad is. And not only
Wait,
that,
but
judging by the information in the journal that you also found, remember you scried on your dad.
yeah.
You heard heavy breathing in darkness.
Oh, and then I
And
saw
then
the...
Hector
Okay.
scried on somebody. Heavy breathing in darkness.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have that. You don't know where your father is. You don't
No,
even know
wait.
where he
Well,
is.
but the lead that I got was lead was that he was trying to find
Bones of
the
Varentooth.
of Varentooth.
Mhm. But that was his last official mission, and they knew nothing about the book that he brought back, so you don't know where he actually was.
Okay. All right. Fair. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me. It sounds like either of our fathers might be stuck somewhere close together. I don't see why.
Going outside.
Huh?
I said I'm going outside.
Be careful.
Thank you.
Okay.
And he leaves out the back door onto the porch. You hear it.
I don't see why we wouldn't help each other if we're going the same place, but I don't want anything to slow us down.
Define slow us down.
Staying behind in a town to fight people?
Fight who?
Like what just happened in Gren.
Helping people who need our help is what he's saying.
You know what I mean, Eupheme.
That was still technically connected.
Yeah.
God. Please. Just do what needs to be done. You'll find your dad eventually. Out of all of us here, you're the only one that has a real dad that's still alive.
Then shouldn't he be top priority?
Your father, over
Your
the
father.
well-being of everybody on the continent. No, absolutely not.
Well, he's to me.
What kind of world do you want to bring him back into?
Dagmar comes back in. Of course your dad is important to you. But there are a lot of other dads in this world, are there not?
I want there to be a better world to bring all of them into.
How long have you had this power?
A couple years. I want there to be a better world to bring them all into. But I still want him to be there to bring back. And the more time we spend not beelining the...
Where's your dad then?
Yclad, Hector is a divination wizard. If there's a chance that he can be found, Hector might have an idea how to do that. But you need to understand that there is a Lord of Pestilence changing the entirety of the Drow into rats underneath our feet. And on this same level that we are on, there is a lich and a group of necromancers that have significant power over the realms. And then you have Titus Mirkwood. Your father is
Dragon
important.
Kings.
Dragon King and war brewing between the elves and the humans.
It seems like a lot because it is a lot. But I'm not the smartest person here by a mile. I'm a traveler, and I know that trying to take a journey in one step is impossible. But you just keep walking and you'll get there. Anything's possible, as long as you take the steps. I don't see why we can't save your father and save God. I don't know.
Then why don't I feel like you have the same sense of urgency for Hector?
Then you do not know Vivian very well.
I almost died for Hector, and I haven't even met the guy.
I've forced a lot of people on this path with me.
Oh, come off it. You haven't forced anyone to do anything.
I feel forced, personally.
Nasu and Clink were as well.
But
Were they?
now I'm alone for whatever journey it takes.
And Hector is okay. For now. I know that now because he has finally decided to break the silence since the last message I received.
Well, let's hope at least, because your entire plan and the whole reason I'm with you is riding on the fact that he will help.
He will.
I believe you. Like I said, I'm not the brains.
Even so, I think that we all underestimate our own power.
Yes. If Hector doesn't help.
You say you have no stake, yet you cast Scry. That is a very powerful spell. You have great power.
I understand the desperation to get back something that's lost from you. And I understand the pain that emptiness leaves you. But in my singular drive to find the things that I have sought out, I have caused and allowed a lot of pain to those around me. If you do find your father and you look back on the journey you took to find him, and you remember all of the people you walked by while they were fighting for their lives, because all you cared about was one person, it might not weigh on you now, but it will. At least from my experience.
There was a time when I only cared about one person. Me. And that's one of the only... It's one of the reasons we're in this situation to begin with.
And if I help others along this journey and I walk upon my dad's dead body, am I gonna smile knowing I helped people along the way?
You might eventually, but what if you walked across your father's dead body and you didn't help anybody? How much worse would it be?
What if you found your father alive at the world's end? Do you think he'd smile at you?
You think we're gonna
The world
save the world?
That is what I was prophesied to do. By a cunt. But he was still a god. I no longer think I am the main character of the story, so to speak. But I do think I am a supporting role.
You have a significant amount of power. It is up to you what you do with it. But these are times when just a little bit more or a little bit less can make a large difference.
We all know that so well.
You think that I can save people?
Yes. Firmly.
Vivian saved my life once.
What so nice for so long. Yes, I believe that you have the power to save people.
So be it. As long as we all have the same goal.
Congratulations, it didn't take you getting all of your limbs cut off and tortured for 3 months to come to that conclusion. You're already further than me.
Yeah, I'm very, very glad about that.
Yes, well,
Well, Vivian, thank you for story time. What's our next move?
now I will go and sit outside.
Be safe.
Thank you again.
You said you wanted to do some reading in the library.
Yeah, I know that the big library's here, and
Do you guys want to look around the house?
Yes, in a moment.
Or, I'm just wondering.
Very much so, yes. Firmly, yes. Yes, I will be looking around the house. There are some people I need to contact here in Fenton and otherwise.
Okay.
I need money so I can get some important components and so I can learn some of these spells so that we can be prepared, or at least I can be.
okay. How are we doing on food?
Poorly. I'm
should
almost out
probably
of
get some
my
food.
orbs that were supposed to last us into the expedition.
I'm gonna pull out my sword.
Okay. Well,
Do you guys know any way I can get like magic put in this thing?
no, I don't.
If you were to find an artificer.
Do I?
No. Artificery is, it's a rare craft.
Okay.
Creating magical items is thought to be harder than learning magic itself. Putting enchantments.
Shut the fuck up.
Is that why my intelligence is higher?
We have the same intelligence. That's why I'm talking.
Not only do artificers
so mad at
put magic into items, they also many times create magical effects that are impossible if they didn't have the medium of an item
Okay.
to hold it.
Okay.
Unfortunate.
This maxim of magic is, who killed Osiris Grenmore's family?
Oh, he was very, very upset about that.
Yes. I'm actually hoping that, once he concludes his business at his manor, hopefully we will have found Hector. Perhaps we can all reconvene. Now that at least he and I share a common enemy. And in this, you might be able to get your sword magicked.
By Osiris.
Yes, he's an artificer. A very skilled one.
Ooh, why didn't you tell me that when I was there with him for like 3 days?
I didn't know you wanted your sword to be magical, and also I do not think he would have agreed to it. He was in a bit of,
A funk?
yes.
Yeah.
But perhaps in light of new information on who he gets to kill, he might be more open to the idea.
I'll keep that in mind.
Unless we can find an artificer here, but I don't know how likely that is.
It's kind of scary talking to him. I would rather talk to someone else, but fine. He's, well, I don't know, it's a toss-up between Dagomar. At least Dagomar said sorry to me. So I guess I'd say Osiris a little bit more.
He's not usually
Unapproachable.
like that. At least in my travels. For the most part. Sometimes.
Anyway,
I'm gonna look about the house.
I can assist you.
Oh.
Okay, so you roll advantage, you roll.
Guidance. Well, if I'm given advantage, then no guidance. But you, Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That was a natural 1 and a natural 7.
How long does that last?
So-
An hour, I believe.
But you have to use it on
10 minutes.
Oh, it lasts 10 minutes.
20,
Might as well use it.
24.
Okay.
You have a shit ton. You can have
Okay. It's a natural 20.
Oh!
Plus?
30.
Guess he's finding the magic items.
What am I here for? I'm sorry, I'm Siren's smarter and he has better. But what am I here for? Dagamaris can cast 10 spells per turn. What the fuck am I here for? I don't even raise bodies
you just
anymore.
got like 5 new spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
The only one that can cast teleportation circle.
Oh, see, now I can be helpful.
And he
You
only
can
has.
scry.
How many spell slots do you have? Yeah, he has 2 spell slots.
Yeah. He's a warlock.
It's a warlock.
You're a level 9 warlock.
Yeah, warlocks
Yeah.
just.
At
they
level
just
16,
get
they
to-
have 3.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's because they get them on short rest. They're great for
I will
dungeons,
never.
dungeon running. Although divination wizards are better in every way.
2 spells.
But warlocks get a different spell
Slots.
list. Anyway, so you look around the house, both of you. You see the room that you're in with the iron hearth to the left of the door as you enter in, and the small dining room table that you all stood around as Vivian read the journal, along with a wire-framed back door that looks to lead out into the porch and to the large backyard speckled with great red amaranth trees within this small kitchen area. Off of this room, you find a greenhouse of sorts, though it is far overgrown with weeds, not very taken care of, and any box gardens are long dilapidated and the soil has sort of spilled out of them. But you do find the second floor that leads up to the top, and as you enter in, it's a very small home that Rockhead looked to live in, and the ceilings here are triangular. As you walk through, you sort of have to peek in with exposed beams, and you see 2 windows on either side of this room. And the wood floors creak as you go in, dust filling the air, and you smell like warm attic. There's a very distinct warm attic smell. And on either side, underneath both of the windows, are 2 separate twin-sized beds, both with chests in front of them.
Oh.
One says in what looks to be chalk on the front, Vivian. And the other one also in chalk in the same handwriting, Rockette. You.
Where are you, Dad? Dad.
Which chest are you both looking in? Vivian. Okay, so you already chose Vivian.
Yeah.
You look in the Rockette, and you find a lot of books.
Can I be raiding the kitchen?
Yes. But I'm going to give,
Dry goods.
even though you're finding them, I'm going to give... this to you. Give this to you,
Gods, yes.
and this to you as well. And then this. Okay. Just a second.
Poison!
Yeah, just a second.
Poison!
So,
I've been waiting a year.
before we discover what else you guys find in the
Yeah.
chest,
Uh-huh.
why don't you read that first?
Oh, I gotta read.
Handouts.
The Whispers of Arantuke, one of the souls of gods. There are rumors, whispers upon the wind, that there are a few gods that have perished. If this is true, it would mean many things we previously thought were not true, such as immortality of divinity and the omnipotence of the gods in general. However, it also poses some interesting questions as well, like what happens to a god's soul? Do gods have souls? What of the domain they rule over? Do they have planes or realms to themselves? What of these realms once they perish? I haven't a single answer for any of... Who is the GHT? All right. I haven't a single answer for any of these questions. However, I have a few speculative ideas on what occurs if/when a god is to pass into the clutches of mortal. So what do we know about the gods? Very little, actually, due to a variety of factors. But what we do know is that most of them were created by Varantuke, with the exception of some naughty Chaos Titans. What does that mean exactly? Well, from my perspective, it means that the gods are made from Veritug's essence, something we aren't sure is similar to any other power of Hinduran. So, if it isn't like anything else, could this power even be recycled? No, probably not. But energy, power, and essence doesn't, at least in my view, even ever just cease to exist. Yikes. So that would mean that the power of a god, when looking at it from the perspective of continual energy, would have to continue to exist after the passing of a god. Correct. Correct. But if it can't be recycled in the same way mortal souls are, then what happens to it? Okay. I have a theory already. And therein lies my theory. I believe that gods can be created just as humans, elves, gnomes, and halflings can be created by Mortem and Terradosia. But as there is no one to shape it as Mortem supposedly does, the soul is strange, morphed, and without purpose. Now, why would I think such odd things? Well, there are a few in this world that have felt strange, nameless, and voiceless presence with them, yes, just after dying. This presence has, in some cases, supposedly brought those slain back from the dead, and in the rarest of cases, some claim to have been given divine powers by the same entity. These powers are strangely similar to that of a paladin or cleric. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. But the difference being that there is no tangible communication between hand and deity here. Not that there is much anyway, but there is at least some in the form of sounds, feelings, or visions, though not in these cases. One person had taken to calling this being the Helix.
Is this invasion?
Oh my god. The Helix, though for what reason I couldn't particularly say, as she died soon after coining that name. What's even more strange is that there have been multiple people to claim that this same experience, one of near death, saved by a mysterious being of no name. However, many of them display different abilities, powers, or even disposition. So this being could then possibly reside in the realm of the gods. This would explain, at least somewhat, its lack of communication. But what form would they take then? Why only when one is close to death? Or why only when one is close to death? Well, and again, this is all speculatory. I think without the sculpting hands of Mortem, the souls collide with one another, creating a massive energy with no real form, just a combination of multiple divine consciousnesses. This would perhaps explain the differentiation in powers, and even somewhat a change in demeanor, as even those caused by gods have had rather drastic changes in personality in relation to whatever being touched their souls. Okay, then. That leaves how exactly this deity saves someone from the clutches of death. This is a single universal connecting factor in each instance. The thing each and every person touched by this deity has in common, the fact that they died. But, as far as we are aware, gods are unable to interfere in such a way beyond the divine barrier. Temporal. And at this point, there's no evidence that any god has even managed to get past it. So how does this being manage? Well, I have yet another theory, a separate plane of existence that some of the dead flow through before they reach the realm of Mortem. This plane of existence, has no name as of yet. Is that what Boulder is?
That's what I thought too.
Fucking Boulder is? Has no name as of yet, and I truly have no clue as to what the nature of this supposed place could be. Why only certain souls would pass through, or why it even would exist. That just happens to be my running theory given the information that I have at my disposal. So, in conclusion, my theory of the death of gods is this. I believe the gods form a being called the Helix, that this Helix is an amalgamation of the lost souls of gods unable to form a truly cohesive being, their consciousness, goals, personalities, and demeanors still fragmented and partially separated. I also believe that this pseudo-deity connects with those who die momentarily as they pass temporarily through a place chosen or closer to where the Helix resides, just before before descending into the realm of death, a purgatory, so to speak, a plane of existence no living soul has ever been. Pardon my ramblings. This is not my finest work, but with what minuscule information that I have, I believe it to be quite interesting to think about. I really don't care if you do as well. Why did you read it all then? What? Wow!
Is that signed?
GHT, it says. I have no idea who that is.
I have nothing in my notes that I know of.
Do I?
Immediately.
I
Do I
think
recognize
of
those initials?
somebody.
Absolutely.
Okay, whatever.
I mean, the only person I really know is has a name that starts with a G.
Marion?
Yeah, but Eupheme doesn't know that person. What was his last name?
Yeah, but like, what the fuck is he writing a book for, bro?
He's a wizard.
Yeah, I know, but God, isn't he like the really, really old one?
Really, really old wizards would write books.
Why would Hector? I'm just confused, right? Hector, it's fine.
All right.
Hector was an necromancer.
Then read yours. All right.
Rise of Meridian, the Lord of Tristfall and survivor of humanity. Decree of Glaucon and the Elven Ring, in accordance to the Path of Humanity's Re-Education Treaty. This text is to be read by none other than those of pure Elvish descent, pure Draconic descent, or those directly emboldened by one of the above. The penalty of purposefully disobeying this decree or doing so of ignorance is the same: imprisonment and re-education. The length and severity of punishment need not be disclosed by Glaucon's decree.
What a puss. What a little puss he is.
Preface: the accounts told in this text are from multiple perspectives and may differ in accuracy. Most of the events described here took place at the end of the First Age and the beginning of the Second. Whereas this was written 872 THE?
Third Age of Elves.
30 Age of Elves, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Keep this in mind when referencing this text. I have spent many years studying, researching, and interviewing for information regarding what is in this book. However, due to the nature of what I write about, the accuracy may not be perfect. Regardless, there is no doubt in my mind that this is the most comprehensive look at the Dragon King's rise to power and the squashing of the Kret-Daw insurgency thousands of years.
Yo!
All my homies hate.
Table of Contents, Chapter 1, the end of the Second Age. 1, the raising of the Eighth Tower. 2, accounts of humanity.
Oh my god.
Can I gotta
Sorry, I've been waiting here.
2, accounts of humanity. 3, War of Humanity's burden begins. Chapter 2, beginning of the Second Age. Death of demigods, Messianos' brood falls. 2, the second falls. 3, the capture of Messiandos. 4, the third falls. 5, Glaucon's rise to power. 6, the death of Messiandos.
This is the whole damn thing.
Chapter 3.
This is the whole history book in 10 pages.
Chapter 3, loose ends, the repercussions, conclusions. Chapter 1, it is important that we begin where many believe the course of history was forever altered, the raising of the Eighth Tower. The Eighth Tower is infrequently discussed in Elvish circles and never discussed in human ones. This is because the Eighth Tower was one of necromancy. The tower was dedicated to the teaching and learning of necromantic powers in academia, and is considered by many to be a pinnacle of hubris within both humanity and the dragons of the south. The elves of Terradocia, Amdaron, and even the Erelundai Drow were against such a tower and were most certainly against such magic. Necromancy was new, only rearing its ugly head a few hundred years prior, and the terms necromancer and lich were words but with no meaning. Humanity was attracted to necromancy for obvious reasons: the draw to power over life itself and the promise of longer, possibly immortal life. What human wouldn't grasp at the opportunity to live even a fraction of the time an elf does? Though dragons were a different story. Messiandos was powerful, incredibly so, and burdened with immense empathy, particularly for humanity. Messiandos was a dragon?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
She was Glaucon's mother.
Oh, that's... okay. Okay.
You just got it. Yeah.
She was frequently quoted as feeling sorry for the human race and wanting to uplift them. This begs the question, though: why would she let humanity practice such destructive magic then? The answer is just as unsatisfying as one might expect from such a ridiculous question. She wasn't smart enough to recognize the danger of it. Messiandos was unaware of the desperate balance the world needed to maintain, a balance severely disrupted by humanity. And at this point, dragons as well. Dragons are an interesting species as they are so painfully aware of how powerful they are, and yet so willing to use it to whatever means they deem necessary. Some are like Messiandos, seeking to spread this power to all those around her, which in some ways is admirable and in others not. You see, power belongs to those that know how to use it, though most certainly that is not always the case, this being one of them.
Wait, just a second.
Yeah.
Any guesses to what species wrote
Yeah.
this?
Yeah. The eyebrows start going up, like right about now.
It's too stupid.
now that makes extra sense why the elves don't like Glaucon.
Yep.
They're fucking likening the dragons to humanity. Fucking.
Humanity was not granted the power over death by a being that was deserving of that power. And thus, much of their power stems from this falsehood and should be scrutinized as much as possible.
Pussy.
Messianos' fatal mistake was assuming humanity was intelligent, wise, and empathetic enough to control their own lives. Sorry.
Yikes.
Messianos failed, and thus necromancy penetrated the minds of humanity, dwarven kind, halfling kind, dragon kind, gnome kind. From this point further, necromancy has remained a scourge upon the land, a stain that won't leave from the sheets of life. The bed was made, and the dragon slept in it. Before I discuss the war that followed the razing of the tower, there are several accounts from humans that were captured from Cret de la during this time. Many claimed to have been feeling quite ill. Some claimed that their food tasted differently mid-meal, and others swore they heard whispers in the wind. The most damning evidence of humanity's slow slip into insanity was from one Thonian Caskbow. He claimed that a vision of an old man had promised him power and had been whispering into his ear, only to fade into nothing upon the threat of being known by anyone else. The War of Humanity's Burden began in 1624 First Age of Elves, the final year of that age. It began soon after Thonian Caskbow and Felonius Cromast assassinated Lady Hairless Quell Anemedune.
Wow, that's a name.
Hurlius Quell Anemedune.
Oh, you're right. The previous queen?
The first queen of Chiliamon Diligence.
Yeah.
How exactly this took place is a mystery to this day. The humans claimed this was their doing, and very quickly declared themselves the new ruler of the continent, whose first decree was the exile of Misiandos and her brood. Okay. Yeah, okay. Chapter 2. The war spanned only a few hundred miles within Cret de la and the western coast of both the southwestern portion of the Central Realms and the northwestern portion of the Southern Realms. Humanity appeared to lose most, if not all, battles that took place, being annihilated by Glaucon and Tereshai Meridian swiftly. However, in the morning of January 14th, in the second year of the second age of Elves, Tarashi was slain and his head severed from his body. The lifeless head paraded through the streets of Cret de la. Some reports state they feasted upon his flesh. Others claim it was unceremoniously pushed into the ocean. And most state his head was impaled at the gates of the city, after which his body was risen by necromancy.
Headless dragon.
Regardless of what his fate after death may have been, it is a mystery as to how he died. A young blue dragon slain by the likes of humanity? The war raged for 3 more years at a relative stalemate. Cret de la going untouched during this time for reasons unknown. Which brings me to something that needs to be touched on. No one knows why the dragons didn't assault Cret de la during this time. This is made especially poignant when considering that Misiandos was considered an ancient dragon at this point. Nonetheless, humanity persisted in their assault on the Southern Realms settlements near Merchant's Rest and Cret de la. They did so by using the bodies of those slain in battle, utilizing necromancy to its fullest extent. Hundreds of undying and unburdened soldiers who didn't feel pain, happiness, nor empathy. All they knew and committed to was war. During this time, the elves were crippled in their lack of leadership, squabbling amongst themselves and struggling to maintain a semblance of regality. This was the first time an elven leader had been murdered. The realms were unsure how to react, and there were murmurs among other species that perhaps this was a good time to seize some of the power for themselves. This squabble for power was squashed summarily once the second child of Misiandos, Alkaios, was killed at a battle not too far from Cret de la in the 5th year of the Second Age. Misiandos, now fully enraged, flew swiftly to face humanity head-on and went missing shortly afterwards, supposedly captured by humanity. After Missy Yandos went missing, it wasn't too long afterwards in which Democritus, the youngest of the brood of Missy Yandos, accompanied by Glaucon, besieged Crête de la. The siege of Crête de la lasted 1 year. The mountains surrounding the area and the small bridge being the only connecting structure to the city itself made it difficult to assault, even with the flight, which the 2 remaining dragons were wary to utilize. The power of necromancy assisted in their defense in more ways than expected. The ability to replenish forces from their fallen as well as Glaucon's made it almost impossible to fulfill a battle of attrition. It was within the Battle of June's last day, which took place on June 1st in the 6th year of the Second Age of Elves, that many believe to be the breaking moment in Glaucon's mind. Early in the morning of June 1st, soldiers of Felonius Cromast ambushed the encampment of the Brood's forces. The accounts of said battle are hazy at best, though the most common thread between all of them was Felonius himself erupting red lightning from his hands, obliterating the encampment in mere minutes. Many accounts recall he laughed maniacally as he killed hundreds in moments. Democritus attempted to assail Felonius as he let loose his strange power upon their men and women, though Felonius had apparently set a trap for the dragon and necromancers and had been laying in wait nearby, crippling the dragon with necromantic magics as he arrived and allowing the warband to slay the dragon with ease. According to Glaucon himself, that is where it ended. However, others claimed the Chromas necromancers rose the body of Democritus and utilized him throughout the rest of the war, much like the accounts related to Tarashi. Glaucon was known to be the most reckless, a force of power even before his mind was broken, and considered the most militaristically intelligent of the brood. His anger was all that was left once his family died, and this was felt in the years following, is it Democritus? Yeah, Democritus. Democritus' death. He rained fury down upon his enemies, accounts of him scorching villages not known to align themselves with either the Chromast or Cascable forces, claiming, if any human is to be left alive, any other, it shall be to live under my foot. This world has suffered them plenty long enough, and if a human lives, it is a life that mortem misplaced, and it is more deservedly funneled elsewhere, such as worms. I shall punish any human I see fit, though surely, if I had it my way, they would all die. I shall let them watch as their brothers and sisters burn, whilst they hide in their mountain city. Glaucon Meridian in a speech to his people in Tristfall, many of
God,
them
to the people.
many of them human.
What a cocksucker, dude.
Doesn't give a fuck.
God, and everyone's like,
In year 9 of the Second Age of Elves, Glaucon claimed the throne of the Southern Realms and claimed dominion of humanity and their punishments. It is around the same time the High Elven forces of the Central Realms rallied behind a new leader, Lady Verisul Dwemdon? Yeah. Our current queen. Okay. It was at the same time that Queen Dwemdon of the Central Realms offered her assistance in squashing the human insurrection of March of Year 9. In March of Year 9. Glaucon agreed and thus began the end to the war. It is important to note that during this time, accounts from within the city of Crête de la state that Felonius was slipping, exclaiming that he felt the pain of those outside the walls and had a lingering soul ache that called to him each time Glaucon destroyed another human settlement, and that he was beginning to feel guilty and responsible for all those lives lost to such a beast. This apparently led to his call to duel Glaucon in single combat, to which Glaucon refused, stating,
pussy! Pussy!
What a bitch!
Pussy! It's because he knew what would happen. Titus Merkwood. Puss!
stating, I do not believe for 1 second the words that come from a human's mouth. For all I know, single combat is for him is me against a singular battalion of mages in the wings. He will die unceremoniously, as will all his filthy companions. It was on December 5th that the Battle of Human's Coil took place. It lasted 3 hours. The combined forces of the High Elves with the unbelievable might of Glaucon's rage were insurmountable for the human forces, regardless of necromancy. Felonius and Thonian were captured, tortured, and executed by hanging within Crête de la. Their bodies left to hang for decades until their bones were stolen.
Stolen?
Stolen.
The
Yeah, I
repercussions.
thought Thonian and Felonius might be some of the liches. I guess not.
Their bones were stolen.
Yeah, but they weren't wizards though.
But their bones.
Yeah, but their bones were stolen, and the humans necromancy.
Yeah, but they can raise it, but that doesn't make it a lich.
Anyway, go on.
Sorry.
The repercussions of such an engagement were far-reaching. Many of those within Adamos were shocked by the volatility of Glaucon, many condemning his actions as war crimes and stating their distrust for someone so willing to so openly suggest genocide.
Oh.
Many now feared him, and this expedited the emigration of the Erolandai from Triswald and Cruel. Shuttered any standing army he once had, as much of it consisted of humans, and destroyed Trisfal's relationship with the dwarves, and any of the species connected, such as gnomes and halflings. Wood elves, Erlundai, and many of the high elves. In addition to that. Glaucon seemed uninterested, regardless claiming his self-proclaimed title to Jailer of Humanity, and ignoring the pleas from any nation for many hundreds of years, focusing primarily on his goal of subjugating humankind. Those of Adamos were filled with hate towards humanity for killing the prior lady of the elves, though those same peoples were those with far more empathy than that of Glaucon, and were far less willing to sentence an entire species to death because of the actions of a few. Glaucon's logic confused many, as the only reason this war raged was at the expense of human lives loyal to himself. Glaucon's rule officially began in 11 Second Age of Elves, and in his first speech, he announced the death of his mother, claiming to have seen her die before his own eyes, and reassuring the world that his justice was delivered swiftly. At the same time, as punishment for their indiscretions, humanity was punished by many of the races of Adamos. In 13th of the Second Age of Elves, the Wood Elves forbade humans from crossing into the forests of Amdaron. And in 14, the Second Age of Elves, the Dwarves with the Spine forbade humanity from crossing the Thandonlir threshold. Wow. Curiously, the Eighth Tower stood for 600 more years until it was collapsed in the year 634 Second Age of Elves. Again, not much is known about why exactly it was taught for so long after the war had ended. It is thought that perhaps Glaucon did not recognize the true power of necromancy and was unaware of how pivotal it actually was in the war. Though many assume it was allowed as a slight towards the elves, whom he blamed partially for his mother's capture and death, stating, "The elves are far too concerned about balance, their dear god, or their dead rulers. What of my mother? What of my brothers? Need I weep for nearly a decade while these humans ravage all life around them? What balance do you truly speak of? Wise is what they claim to be, though I dare say this is but a thin veil for their cowardice. What better to say when one is scared to hurtle into the throes of war than to claim they are all ill-prepared, or that it is unwise to do so? For who can argue with the illustrious and wise elves? Certainly not my people, who gave you wisdom of magic, wisdom of technology, and reigned in humanity for an era. I needn't call you on again, for there shall be no issues to speak of under my rule." Much of history, and the history that...
I kind of fuck with that Glaucon. I like the speech Glaucon, not the new one.
Much of this history, and the history that follows, is now censored from humanity, and even some dwarven and wood elven peoples. Some have called to question what the repercussions of that may be, though it is hard to say. Personally, I shall not speak on it either way. Though my next written works shall be upon the residual effects and consequences of Glaucon's hubris, and allowing necromancy to spread like a plague for so long for such petty squabbles. Until then, may Hera bless you, and may Pontus glide upon your heels.
Hera, not Mera. Oh. Curious. Wow.
That Glaucon is kind of cool. A little bit. I like him. I like it when he gives the speeches.
Okay. Now
One step closer?
Yes.
Okay. One step deeper, power beyond the gods, a gift given to few by Serapis Brystone. The fundamentals of magic.
By the way, I will say, since you just finished reading it, Brystone was one of the names Roquette claimed to see on the Maxim memory that he had from Baldric.
Ooh. Fuck.
Hello.
Ooh.
The fundamentals. The fundamentals of magic include the concept of deeper levels of magic. These are very typically taught simplistically, i.e. first, second, third, and so on levels of magic. In actuality, it is theorized that when a magic user gets more powerful, they are able to dive deeper into the depths of Hecate's pool of magic, granting them richer and more potent forms of arcane usage. This is entirely theoretical, as no one has ever seen the pools of Hecate, at least to our knowledge, and thus we are only capable of theorizing from observational research, as well as anecdotal evidence from various powerful sages and sorcerers. Asterisk. The mention of any sorcerers was done so out of a need for contextualization. It was not done so out of any praise or admiration for those who would so willfully disobey the will of the king. Any sorcerer mentioned was known only from other historic works and was not known from any personal work-related or executive relationship to the writer or any acquaintance to them. Long live Glaucon Meridian and blessed be the justice of Bahamut. From a Maxim member.
You just say sorcerer and you have to just like
After
add 5-line text.
Yeah. Anecdotally, many wizards and witches have claimed to have experienced a sensation of drowning as they progress further into the depths of magic, feeling as if their power may overwhelm them, feeling this sensation lift only after releasing the spell. This may well be a placebo effect. After all, these wizards are taught, at least in passing the phrase deeper into Hecate's pool when referencing power. However, there have been sorcerers, asterisk, with no prior training that claim to have experienced the same sensation when casting at the higher or deeper levels of magic. Observationally, we have seen a common trait among those in the midst of casting spells of a higher potency. Their hair, clothes, and jewelry floats as if submerged in water in the moments before letting the spell or incantation loose. Sexy! As well as this, we have observed certain spellcasters engaged with higher arcana gag and spit, as if expelling excess fluid from their lungs, though none of the substance can be seen exiting their body. This in particular is rather interesting when considering the existence of the divine barrier. Are the minds, souls, or consciousnesses of these sages being transported into this so-called pool of Hecate? Or is this a trick of the mind? Honestly, it could be either one. The power of the arcane is immense, and our knowledge of it is incredibly limited, making works such as this even more important in furthering our growth alongside the use of magic. The depths of magic. The depths of magic, or the levels at which a spell is cast, are frequently described on a scale from 0 to 9 linearly. This is done to adequately describe the amount of power used in the casting of the spell, which in turn allows for the teaching of spells in a more streamlined, linear manner. 0, in this case, are the class of spells known as cantrips, and are thought to be the least powerful of any school of spell, which is true, but only if one is looking at the amount of power used to cast and not the power of output by the same spell. An excellent example of a spell that requires more power input from the user than it outputs in return is the spell Seeming, within the Illusion School of Magic. On its face, it is quite simply a slightly more potent disguised self, which is cast a single layer deep into Hecate's pool, whereas Seeming is cast 4 levels deeper than that at the 5th layer. This is a massive jump in power, and one most spell users will never obtain for such a, comparatively to the increase in power used, small increase in potency. Therefore, when discussing the power of spells, it refers more to the power input of the spellcaster rather than the spell itself. And this in turn can be translated instead to how deep the caster must dive into the pools of Hecate in order to cast said spell. This can be confusing at first, though when one begins to learn how to cast spells, this concept becomes incredibly clear. I would argue this is due to our inherent inability to adequately use magic as a power source, therefore we waste much of its power when using it. More on that later. This lineality does not necessarily work, however, when speaking of those whose power is granted not from knowledge or misfortune, but is instead granted by the gods themselves. Paladins, clerics, those called warlocks, and some sorcerers at first glance are disconnected from Hecate, and therefore it would seem the linear 0 to 9 classification system of magical power doesn't apply to these select few. But I would disagree. I believe the gods themselves utilize Hecate's power, that all magic is derived from the same place, and that divine magics are often akin to the schools of magic used by the mortals of our realms. This claim is made more legitimate in my eyes by the creation of all other schools of magic. Throughout all of history, different schools have been created. Abjuration and evocation, thought to be the first ever created, followed by the other 6, asterisk, as time passed. Therefore, pure magic exists, and it is through our own design that it is shaped into different forms, as if every spellcaster were weaving magic into different shapes and sizes as a tailor might with a spool of thread. However, I would then claim that there are two forms of magic that mortals have yet to tap into entirely: life and pure magic. And that the 9th level of magic is at the level of the divine, and there is one level further.
Ooh.
Forgotten power. You might ask, two entirely different forms of magic. Yes, and no, I do not mean schools of magic, I mean forms. But what is it I am truly saying when I say forms instead of schools? Well, I theorize that the schools of magic we have been taught actually diminish the true power of magic. That each school is simply a method of filtering a comparatively small amount of power and molding it into a form that our mortal bodies can adequately siphon from the pools of Hecate. This filter, as I called it, is filtering my theorized pure magic of Hecate and turning it into the spells that we know of, our knowledge of the different schools of magic, and one's individual power to withstand the depths of Hecate's pool, dictating the amount of this pure magic we are able to filter at once. What of the second claim I made? The existence of a life magic. Well, this theory is far less stable, as I struggle to find anything in the history I have access to corroborate it. Regardless of this, though, I still believe the theory to be correct due to this bit of knowledge alone. Varuntuk created elven, dwarven, human, halfling, and so on forms of life and breathed essence into the gods themselves, including Hecate. This means there was a power akin to magic before the creation of Hecate and her pools of magic, and this power created magic as we know it, meaning it was at an essential level different than that of the magical power of Hecate, or held some form of power that Hecate's magic does not. And no, I do not believe this life power is akin in any way to that of necromancy, asterisk. Okay, hold on, there's the first asterisk. The first asterisk was, six schools of magic.
Yeah.
I mentioned 8 schools of magic simply to avoid confusion, and I do not in any way condone the use of necromancy, was the first asterisk. The second, necromancy is merely used comparatively. Again, I do not in any way condone its study or use under any circumstance.
Gotta protect your neck.
And no, I do not believe this life power is akin in any way to that of necromancy, though I must confess that I haven't a clue as to the nature of necromancy, nor do I have any theory on the source of its power, as it shares none of the traits of the other schools of arcane. Bullshit. Dope. A level deeper. So, you said he was on the Maxim list, right?
Go on.
Anyway. So what is this level deeper, as mentioned in the title of this book? And why did I mention that I believe the 9th level deep into Hecate's pool is that of divine power? Well, simply put, I believe that there are few who have the potential to use magic at a level beyond the 9th level, a level beyond that of the gods, a level one may be inclined to say is the 10th. However, in a study of ancient Drowish, asterisk, God damn this guy and this fucking...
The Drow
I have never, nor will I ever associate with the Drow, nor do I subscribe to any of their heretical teachings. The writings of this species is simply to give context to a name of my own design, nothing more.
Poor guy.
However, in a study of ancient Drowish writings found by the Southern Archaeological Guild in the middle of the 3rd Age of Elves...
Middle, not the end.
I don't know what the middle is. Are we in the end?
No, you
I don't
guys
know.
are just not in the middle.
No, you're right, sorry. I'm dumb-brained. They claimed that at the bottom of the pools of magic one may find Hecate herself. Oh gosh. One may find Hecate herself resting in a nearly eternal slumber, some going as far as to call her the drowning goddess of the moon. I say nearly because they, the Drow, also suggest that some have gone so deep into the pools of Hecate that they nearly awoke the goddess of magic, which is precisely why I believe instead of being referred to as the 10th level, these particular bouts of magic are instead cast at the pure awoken level of magic, the nearest mortals can come to the use of pure magic's power. I said previously that very few magic users are able to cast at a level 5 levels deep into the pools of Hecate, so one may ask who in the world would be able to cast a spell at a level higher than the gods themselves. Well, the only recorded use of magic that potent I could find by any mortal being was the creation of the Dragon's Rage Canyons. This is, of course, based entirely off of hearsay, but it makes a lot of sense considering the theorized age of the canyons is no more than 1,500 years, a time where no gods that we know of were present on this mortal plane. What of life magic, then? Well, to the best of my knowledge, no one has ever managed to tap into this power, not even the gods themselves. But I would guess that anything crafted from this power would be far more potent than that of any power derived from Hecate's pools of magic. I would go as far as to say that the linearity of magic as we know it, derived from Hecate, wouldn't apply, and that each and every usage of it could even be akin to this pure, awoken level of magic I just spoke of. Doesn't soul transmutation not access Hecate's pool?
It's a new form of tool of magic,
Neither
but
does
it's
necromancy,
transmutation.
right?
Necromancy doesn't as well, right?
It does in a way.
Like
you
a
use a
backdoor.
bit of transmutation to form.
Or to fuck
the
it up a
soul.
little bit?
Yeah, but the
Make it
majority of the
stinky.
power comes from the soul itself.
Conclusions. There is much we don't know about magic. Why we're able to use it through the divine barrier, why it was created with the gods, what the extent of its power is, if any more schools of magic could be created, and what the origin of necromancy truly is. But we know more than we did even last week, and our knowledge will continue to grow as time passes, hopefully leading to an absolute answer to all of these lingering mysteries of life. So do not give up on the hope of discovery, of knowledge. For what purpose do we have for learning than to seek more? What purpose do our eyes hold, other than for discovery itself? And remember, only the truly wicked deny the power of discovery. We are but saints then, for we have the will to discover all. I've seen
Some
that before.
necromancy
No,
shit.
wait, I've seen that.
You have. It was on the door to the dwarven necromancer's lair.
Yeah, that's some necromantic shit.
Maximum magic!
Oh, yeah.
There's a final page. With different font. Decree of Glaucon in the Elven Ring. In accordance to the Path of Humanity's Re-Education Treaty, this text is read by now the Bureau of Dissent.
They put it in the back with a sign like,
Contraband!
you're not supposed to know that shit.
You know.
Gotcha. That's Glaucon's face, like, fucked up.
Now this one?
Just read the first bits.
What's it called?
The conversion of life and death. Poisons. Instruments of Persephone. Guess who has proficiency with a poisoner's kit? It's me. Decree of Glaucon in the Elven Ring.
Yep.
Preface. Many people assume that poison is a woman's weapon because women are meek and refuse to confront things head on. What the fuck is this? However, have these people stopped to think about the people women may want to poison? Abusive men, rapists, among others. Let's poison Ashton. The point is, Persephone gifted all those without the means of physical defense a means of defense. Yet this is deemed evil, interestingly, by the most powerful being on the continent, Curious. Use this book to your heart's desire. Burn a path through those who would harm you, and do it without anyone being the wiser. Sexy!
Who wrote this shit? Oh. You can't arrest me if you don't know.
The art of poison making is a strange one of the few weapons that one does not see the impact it has, typically unless one is working with a potent poison, of which there are many. Poisons are the antithesis of potions, and what many believe to be the greatest sin of alchemy, necromantic rituals excluded. However, I believe poisons have an integral place within life. What is a smaller creature to do against a larger one that threatens their life? Love them harder? Praise Varentuk for this blessed life? No, you defend yourself. And with what do you do this? Poison, of course. This book will teach you the ways in which you can apply alchemy to create poisons of varying potency and effect. It is best you are not seen reading this book in the company of elven folk, as they seem to take offense to humans gaining any semblance of power.
Why? Literally no reason.
Chapter 1. Beginnings. Poison came about, at first within the Age of Titans, though due to our current state of political affairs, I am not privy to the exact history surrounding its creation. All I know is that Persephone's echo speaks to me of poisons, and I'll be damned if I don't listen. The most important steps to learning something is the basics. The same can be said for any form of alchemy, especially poisons. Everyone knows poisons are dangerous, by definition they are. However, poisons can also be incredibly dangerous to make. When making poisons, always take care to take the necessary safety precautions, which I have not detailed because I feel as if much of it is common sense. Just take care, as the poison is for defense, not for you to harm yourself.
Even taste testing.
Yeah.
And then there are recipes.
And then there are recipes. Apple seeds, spit, garlic, water. I can do these things. Concubine's Cure. I don't know what that is. Damn. The Ticklish Jester. I want to read some of the Ticklish Jester. The longest rattle. Long con poison is what it's called.
That's pretty
Long
good.
con poison. Ooh. Sorry. Long con poison. Chronic wand dysfunction.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna fuck for Servius up so hard, you guys. I'm gonna destroy this man. I'm gonna hurt him so much. He's gonna die.
Oh, I'm gonna hurt him so bad he will die.
And there is quite a large lore dump for all of you to digest.
Tuck that into my bag.
The
Wow.
helix, huh?
Yeah.
The helix.
I want to ask if it's Faye or Eupheme, but you're both warlocks, so.
You asked who what the last name of Gumarian was. You did know what it was.
Oh.
I don't know.
If you want to roll an intelligence check.
Let me first check my notes,
Okay.
and then I will roll an intelligence check if I'm a bad note taker.
Frost.
Gumarian.
Weld.
Trostwell.
Frostweld.
Child of Gumarian. Wow.
You don't have it. Okay. Roll an intelligence check.
I have it written down in my old notebook.
Yeah.
Written by hand.
Yeah.
I wrote it with my hand.
Like a
and
boomer. Yeah.
Eee! Wow, almost a natural 1, but still not very good. 13.
Okay. I'll say history can be used.
14.
Okay. The last name was Hell to Reign.
Held 3.
By Gumarian himself.
What did I see?
Can I just look? Can
20
I just
intelligence.
take a... Are you calling me stupid?
Oh, Siren.
Just
That
not
was Siren.
as intelligent.
Calling me stupid.
Oh, Siren was the one that knew who Gumarian was.
Who is Gumarian?
Some big dick wizard.
Okay.
He's a lich. He's like the lich. He's
Allegedly.
the big dick lich.
Allegedly.
Lich. We found a thing.
If you
we
want to
found
roll a history check on...
Oh,
No, none of
anything
you
I
would know
know
this.
would be
None
from
of you would know
story.
it. None of you
Damn.
would know. Sorry.
I know that didn't we say like, well, didn't we say he was the guy who fought Glaucon on Heroes Peak?
No, that was Mandoff.
That was me.
Oh, Meanda.
Yeah.
We don't know fucking anything about Gumarian.
Oh, I remember because we were in Cruel when yeah, and they like
Describe
leader of the
Cruel.
liches. That
Yep.
yeah, okay, I was thinking of
He was the leader
I
of the
think it was
liches,
Mandoff.
and then oh fuck, what else did
And then just
the leech that we found,
yeah, Child of.
Child of Gumarian.
Child of
But
Gumarian.
that was with the cult. That was with the cult of Malignance guy. We also don't know.
You don't know anything about
You know
Gandalf,
what? You know
don't
what?
anything about
Can I just say
Gumarian.
really quick how much I was freaked out that I accidentally let loose the Child of Gumarian in the middle of the Towers of the Seven
You just
when
gave
they're
him to
fucking
Preservius.
necromancers the entire time.
You just gave him to
Yeah.
Preservius. Yeah.
Yep. Which, if we roll back the tape, Osiris was like, maybe don't do that. He was. But hey.
Did you want to carry the growing leech around? I didn't want to carry
I
the
would've
growing
done
leech
something
around.
with it.
You know,
We
what
tried
you
to
tried,
kill
you
it
chopped
and it
up,
just split into different
We didn't try to
little-
burn it.
That didn't work well for the other gelatinous thing we tried to burn.
The cube?
Faye.
Phase gelatinous?
Yeah, he was,
Oh my god.
yeah, he was all gooey. When he
No,
was, when
he
was
just
dead.
had a smooth
He looked
face.
like no. You said he was like jelly.
No, I said
You
that
said he was squishy.
That's what happens to skin when you burn it, dude.
No, that's not what you were talking about. That he was like kind of translucent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the skin is
translucent.
translucent. It does not mean gooey.
Yeah. He was a changeling.
Did you just compare my boy to a leech?
Oh my goodness.
No, you compared his corpse
Slander.
to a leech.
My man is just now
You know
getting
what?
some Faye backstory.
I'm just gonna
here.
shut up. I just haven't said anything right today.
You just now got what his god might have been.
Don't look at
This
me.
whole time.
Yeah.
I thought he was leech-like.
No, I thought it was squishy, like jelly. Like you know when you
You thought his ass was boo?
No,
Yeah, but I was about to say it was
Majin
Boo.
Stop
Yeah.
talking about Dragon Ball Z. Stop it. I don't know what you're talking about. God damn it. I thought. So, no, listen. So you
No,
know,
no.
she-
No, she thought he was Bob from Monsters Inc., bro.
Oh, true.
Listen to me. So you know when you dissolve bones in acid and there's a certain point where they get really bendy?
You
That's
thought
what
he
I thought he
was
was.
No, I don't.
Wait, nobody's ever done that. Nobody here's ever done that.
I've never done it.
I know what you're talking about. It's because it saps the calcium out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about
And
like
it
Harry
is-
Potter bones.
No, I'm not. It's an actual science.
That was Harry
No,
Potter.
it's an actual scientific.
No,
I've
I
seen-
know, but I'm saying that
Not
that's what
making it
happens
Harry
with the
Potter
bones.
No, that in the thing, they removed his bones.
Well, yeah.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah, like that.
They
You're
bend back.
incorrect, but
I'm gonna stop talking. Would you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
you guys are
Every time. They burnt his corpse, by the way, just so you know.
We were
After
trying,
he got eaten by bears?
he didn't get eaten, and we thought that maybe if they found a changeling, that I don't know.
Anyway, yes, he got some face.
I'm
He got
sorry,
some
I don't
face
know why we
sauce.
did it.
That's
I
good.
don't
That's
remember.
good. That's nice.
He got some face sauce.
Damn. Okay. Eupheme's like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Even though Siren would be like, that's interesting, and only Faye would have been like,
Yeah. Well.
Wow, that was quite much.
Did you die?
What?
Before you found your book, did you die?
No? I didn't. What? What do you ask?
I don't know. I got my powers after opening a book as well. I don't think I died, but I mean, I can speak to the dead. And I lost my entire family, so I can say, like, maybe a part of me died. Or it could just be conjecture. I don't know. Guy did say it was just a theory.
All I want to know is when the divine barrier was established.
Why?
Well, gods used to walk with humans, and the other races on where we are now, and then all of a sudden there was a divine barrier.
I think it was after the Titanic cascade.
The what?
Well, that's what I thought from what I read too, but I don't know. I've never read anything that said for sure.
The Titanic cascade is Balanzar, Lolth, other Titanic deities.
Oh, right.
They waged a war against the other gods.
Well, it's probably right after that war, I would say. I would think the gods who won probably locked everybody up.
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
Do you think this helix thing could make demigods?
The only demigod we know of is one son of Bahamut.
Bahamut. Isn't Titus a demigod?
I don't think so.
Oh, why else would he have all that power?
I've heard Glorbax described as the son of Bahamut. I think Balanzar just chose Titus.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I just haven't heard him referred to as such.
It would
The
make
last-
sense if Titus is a demigod. You said he took out the entire capital of the elves by himself.
I mean,
Sounds
he
like demigod shit.
certainly has the power of one. I don't know necessarily would classify someone as a demigod.
Wouldn't having that power?
It's all very confusing.
Well, I am.
Does Glorbax talk to Bahamut?
I have not spoken to Glorbax very much, so I wouldn't know.
Well, looks like I've already been incriminated by reading that, so
I can carry them.
Sure.
Sure.
Do you want to take them?
You can all read them. I just mean that if one person is going to be incriminated, it's better one instead of all of us.
I
I
guess.
haven't known too much ever since I went down into that accursed place. Plus, I'm really good at playing dumb, so.
Sure, take it. It's yours.
It's your dad's, anyway.
What do I find in the Vivian chest?
You find one thing at the center, and it's covered by a note that reads, "Do not open until your 18th birthday."
I'm 22.
Huh?
Why is there something for my 18th birthday? Okay, that's all it says on the note? Oh god. I'm gonna uncover it.
Okay. It is Hector's old wand
The one from,
when he was the young sage.
yeah, the one he described with the birch and the little dragon's head.
That's a nice one.
I'd like to ritual cast Identify on it.
Okay.
Does it have any special gunk in there? Damn. Would it be fine? Okay, I take that.
So you now have Hector's young sage wand.
Yeah. Young sage. Young sage, baby. Okay. Would that natural 20-30 investigation check have uncovered any special creaky floorboards or anything fancy where he might have stored those extra pages of the journal that were burned from his expedition? Okay.
You find nothing else but those books.
Okay.
But in the kitchen, though.
But in the kitchen,
In
though.
the kitchen, it's empty.
Fuck.
You do find some dried seasonings.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
You find some dried basil, some dried oregano, some dried rosemary, and some thyme.
We're doing Italian?
And the amber bloom seeds?
No.
Damn.
No boom seeds.
I wanted to make him some potatoes.
You know where amber bloom is, though.
Not off the top of my head, no.
Scarcool.
You're right. Fuck. I don't know why amber bloom seeds are so expensive, says Little Rockhead.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well. Vivian, did you want to, Eupheme, I guess if you have nothing else, accompany me to the library?
Oh, more reading.
You don't have to come.
It's better than sitting here.
You go hang out with Dagamaris, wherever he lives.
I'll be right with you.
I'm going to stay here and cast my spells. Dagamaris won't know where we've gone. Or is he just chilling outside?
Just chilling outside on the porch.
Okay.
Okay.
I have some people I need to try and contact.
Sure. I'm gonna be no more than 3 hours.
There's an inn, board and board. And
Do you wanna,
in
what time
Trenton.
is it?
It's like 3 p.m.
Maybe we can meet there later.
Sure, we meet there. We grab food and then we leave. Yes?
No.
Leave where?
No? What? We continue
Unless you have
looking.
200 gold pieces or more. No.
How do you plan on getting the money?
There has to be some small work we can take care of here.
It seems like it would
Do
take
you want
a
to
while.
canvas for? Yeah, that's.
I don't have the money for the paper for the spells that I need.
Do you need the spells to find Hector?
We can steal it.
True.
I don't know how much I like stealing either.
The last time I tried to steal something, all of the Teldorai chased me around quite a lot.
Did you get caught?
Eventually, yes.
There's your problem.
Want to steal shit? Just don't get caught.
I'm just saying, time is of the essence, and if we're saving the world...
I don't know where I'm going to be able to find a scrying mirror.
What? I thought you said you needed paper.
And a scrying mirror, worth probably 150 to 200 gold pieces, maybe more.
Oh my goodness.
Hector's was worth 300, like it said in the journal. And I need to be able to scry.
Well...
Wait, you said I have the component,
Wait,
right?
if you buy it, then you can...
Yeah. You do have
I
the
have-
component.
Okay.
If you can buy it, then
You could technically share it.
Yeah.
You could.
We could share it?
Yeah. I have the
Bound
component.
to him in any way.
Oh god, I thought it
Yeah.
was.
No.
No.
You could technically, you just wouldn't be able to use it separately or at
yeah.
the same time. or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Sure.
I have that. I mean, you can just borrow it whenever you need it, I guess.
Your magic is super annoying.
Yes, I know it is. If I could choose something different, I would at this point, but I'm a little bit late.
Just find a better book. He did. I did.
Better book?
What? Better than what she has now?
Oh, I guess your soul might be cursed too for a different reason. So, I guess we're on a similar footing. Except I don't need all that fancy shit.
You do need the materials when you get to the spells that you.
Yeah, but I don't have it.
We'll meet at the inn.
3 hours.
3 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
So you both are heading to the town center.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because the university is in the town hall. Okay. And Frost's office is in the town hall.
Oh, good.
Okay. Who are you sending to?
Hector.
Okay.
Oh.
What are you saying to Hector?
So there's no word limit on sending anymore, right? Okay.
Hey, babe, got your wand.
I don't know whether to call him Hector or Rocket. I've been laboring over this for a week. Okay.
Let's call him Papa.
Papa?
Paul!
Where are you at, Paul? I'm trying to be serious. I'm trying to talk to my dad.
Hector. Happy late birthday. Things are really bad out here. If you can just give me a hint of what city you're in, if you're in the southern range of Astrid, if you're in the ruin on the coast of Misiandos, if you're in the southern realms, if you're in Avenor, just if you could give me anything. I'll be there. Please.
You get no response.
Bitch! You little bitch! You
and,
bitch!
And you use a spell slot.
I know I use a spell slot. What do you think I am? Level 2? I know I use a spell slot.
Who else are you sending to?
I am also sending to... Fuck, what was his name?
Yahiro?
Well, that one too. But first... oh my god.
Mohas.
Mohas. You
Okay.
know the name already.
Okay.
Excuse me. My name is, Vivian. I'm a good friend of Rocket Friedman's. He needs my help, and I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit more about your expedition into...
I have the name, hold on, I have the name.
into Telmund Valsteria. Please.
The name Rocket does not bring back fond memories. It's not negative either. What is your relationship with him? That's one spell.
Mm-hmm. I cast it again.
Okay.
It's okay. I have 5th level spell slots now. I can talk to people. Let's just be honest. It doesn't hurt to be honest. He found me in an Erlandish ruin when I was 4. And he raised me.
Yes, so this was 1507. I remember him inviting me to that expedition. What a fool. Well, the city has very little sentimental value for me. We, myself, Rocket, Wembless, Bill, Huxton, dove after a human, or so we thought, named Greta McDonough. She left our party at the top of 2 obsidian lifts. Once we dove in to the city, it seemed to be abandoned at first. Until we discovered the remaining people had been turned into monsters. Sacks of flesh filled with souls of those lost. It was horrible. We fought our way through many with the help of Rocket and his magic. So there were thousands of them, chasing us with strange limbs, with Bill wailing the whole way. Rocket and I, being the only ones with any battle experience that weren't crippled by being pushed onto a sword, having their cousin pushed onto a sword, or having the thought of your sister being an illusion thrust upon your mind. So we ran to the end of the city. It looked to have been built into a pillar, with about 4 layers, I'd like to say. We dove into a temple of some sort, which we assume was Greta, who had blown a hole into one of these large doorways and into the inner sanctum of Zeralandi. Once inside, we saw the remnants of Drow civilization. And waiting for us inside the throne room was not Greta, but a lich, disguised as Greta McDonough. Rocket sent me the name of this lich, I believe. Or was it a different one?
Oh my god. Brother. Please.
I believe he attempted to contact me at some point after another expedition with Belfast that had gone wrong. Let me see if I can remember.
I'm begging you, T.
I cannot.
Oh man, I'm gonna fucking flip shit.
This lich was formidable. So me and Rocket were able to stall for quite some time. However, Bill was killed in the crossfire. And Wembless, well, his soul was snatched from his body and put into one of the monsters by the lich. Bill saw this happen, and both me and Rocket had to pull him off as we saw his soul leave his body. And we heard the croaking of the beast afterwards, along with Bill's, which has also been funneled into the same creature. Billfist blamed both of us, saying that we weren't powerful enough, that a cleric should be able to do something more, save his soul, so to speak, but I had never seen magic like that. That was not necromancy, that was not divinity, that was something else. I did not even read any arcane signatures from it. It was something entirely different. But after we escaped, barely, just Bilfis, myself, and I left, we decided that the expedition was to be kept a secret. That we were looking for said book, some Zorananomicon. That does not exist. There's no such thing as a Zorananomicon. We made gravestones for Bill and myself, so that people would assume that everyone had died except for Rocket and Bilfis, who had prior arrangements. And I went into hiding because I did not trust the ring of the other hand. After that, Rocket was under the impression, because we saw a mage in the robes of the Dragon Council out front, that he was safe, but Greta McDonough knew much about the Southern Archaeological Guild, along with extensive necromantic magics, obviously being a lich. Rocket did not want all he knew to be a lie, as the expedition was made to, so he went back. So he told me he had quit. I've not heard from him in a very long time. Let's see, 7 years. I've not heard from Rocket. That is all I know.
I'll cast sending again. I'll use the Pearl of Power to regain a spell slot because he can't give me all that information, and I just don't thank him. Thank you for that.
Yes.
I'm going to go look for him. Probably in the Southern Range Fast Right. Something's very wrong. I would recommend, for your sake, if you're still in hiding, to stay there.
I was planning on it, but who knows, it's the state of the world and all. I may reconsider.
I need you to be my information source. Okay. What? You want me to call him out of hiding?
I'm not sure if
What?
you are Friend or foe, as of yet, you may have just stumbled upon his writings, ramblings, whatever, and found my name among them, because he was a fool and wrote things that he should not have. So I will not be giving you much else. I don't see any reason to keep that expedition a secret at this point. I still have questions myself, and I have begun to delve into knowledge a bit more in recent times as well. So, good luck, and hopefully you're a friend. Okay?
Now I'm sending you Yahiro. Sorry, I'm sorry, you guys. I have so many people I need to talk to. Oh God, how many more? Okay, I have 4 more sendings left.
This guy's just reading, though.
Who?
Well, you guys are walking to the library. You guys have a long way to go before you get to the library. Okay, what are you sending?
I'm sending to Yahiro.
Okay.
Yahiro, it's Vivian. We made it to Schventon, and there's a lot of information that has come to light that I'm not at liberty to say out loud. Because I might be watched. But about the information I told you, I plan on doing something about it. But I need Hector's help. And I'd like to ask for yours. We are in Schventon. And I'll give him the address. We'll be staying at the Board and Board Inn.
What?
Dude, don't leave me! Don't leave me! Don't leave me!
That was, you scrolling on me, yes? Before?
I can't respond. I don't want to cast another.
Cast another send.
Yes. And, well, I haven't spoken to them about it yet. I think my intentions might be the same as yours.
My intentions are simply to rid the world of those who would see it enslaved. And that includes liches that whisper false sweet nothings into people's ears and profess to rule the realms. I suppose there's no reason to lie anymore. But I am not 52 years old.
What? No.
I'm actually 55.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I am around 1520 years old. If you've ever walked past the Dragon's Rage canyons, that was me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What? Oh my god.
Yo.
Oh my god.
What? Yo.
Oh my god. Oh my god. A level beyond a god. A level beyond the gods. A level beyond the gods. A level beyond the gods. Please come with us. I'm begging you, brother. I need you.
I have no idea how I did it. erupted within me as I was protecting the Aralendi as they fled into the southern portions of Arntuk Spine. They were chased by Dragon's chosen 10.
Fuck!
And in order to save them, I dug deep. And I dove as far as I believe I was able. And I pulled something with more power than many are able to even fathom from the depths of Hecate's pool. And yet they are liches. And even if one defeats them, they come back in their phylacteries. And there are 10 of them. And they all still live. Every last one of them. And as we were nearing one of the peaks, as they were crafting their portal into their city, while I was still a member of the Dragon's Council, Gamerian himself came before me, and I fought him. Using my elemental transmutation and evocation powers.
Oh my god, we were inside his mind. We were fighting Gamerian. Oh my fucking
holy
god.
shit.
Holy shit.
And that is why I must go. For I was not knowledgeable on liches. I was under the impression that I had killed 5 or 6 when I had killed none. They killed me that day and forcefully reincarnated me in my body. I am a lich myself. But not of my own will.
This guy's the blade of liches.
I know not where my phylactery is, but they hold it over me. So that I may never find rest. Marion himself holds that phylactery. And if there's a lich on the Dragon's Council, then they are not only are they staining a position I once held in very high regard, they make themselves easy targets for me to find. If that is your goal as well, then you will be helping me. And perhaps I can die. Finally. He sends again.
Okay.
Titus Markwood. Even with the power that I have, or that I was able to pull from the pools of Hecate once, I know in my heart he could kill me. But he knows I am useful, and he is useful to me as a dragon and 5 archmages, along with 1 lich, along with 9 others, is no small matter. I cannot take every one of them on by myself, and neither can he.
Our enemies are the same, and my intentions are the same. I go into the southern range of Astrid to find my father, who is quite adept at magic himself. And after that, after I have him and I have him safe, I plan on doing the same thing as you do. Although I am far lower in power. There is another that I am going to be contacting after this, who herself has said to have slain 2. And I was hoping to bring her along with me and join with Titus as well. There is the threat of the Lord of Pestilence in the Underdark as well. The more power we can amass, the better. But I will do what I can to help you if you can help us.
I do not like the idea of Titus Mirkwood having so many powerful allies. But at this point, he seems the only one that could do anything. I do not know the extent of their power. I do not know who the Lich is. I do not know what is in Cruel. I do not know the extent of the Lord of Pestilence's power, nor who he is. I know not of Titus's power. I know not of Glaucon's reasoning to hold a Lich on the Dragon's Council if he knows. I know very little. I spent the last 1500 years secluded. Shame filling my mind. Not worthy to hold the sword that I held. I saw your face when you looked at the Black Speech. Do not recoil. Black Speech is a forgotten language. But it is a beautiful one. The first language created in tandem with humans and elves. Made illegal by Glaucon Meridian. It is not some powerful necromantic language. There is more to be said. But your courage in messaging me, sending to me rather, is admirable. If not a bit stupid. Especially after seeing me with those that you recognized were enemies of yours. But I can hear the desperation in your voice. And in your pleas for help. Help me so that you may help yourself. Now, Susan.
I know, I don't know what to say. I don't know what that means. I need your help. I didn't help you and you help me. Fuck, I don't know what to say to that. I think I misunderstood something. So, I'll send again.
Okay. Wait, no, you don't need to send again.
Oh, that was his sending.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Your reply.
What can I do to help you?
Like I said, I do not believe that me and Titus are enough to stop whatever they have amassed. Any aid that we are able to find. Help us fight back.
We're We're journeying into the southern range of Astrid, where I believe Hector and I encountered the maxim of magic.
The southern range is not where the council lies.
I suppose I'm just going off of the scraps of information I have, since my own memories are locked behind one of the council's curses. I don't know where to go.
Discover it quickly before there is nowhere to go.
Literally wasted 4 spell slots. I hear him not help me. Okay. He gave me information, but he's like, find it. Go do it. I'm like, asking for you to come with us.
Your hero's been the protagonist the whole time.
Okay. I'm gonna send to Condria.
Okay.
Mostly to see if he's alive, but
Condria, it's Vivian, the prisoner you took outside of. I'm sure you remember me. How much do you charge to kill a lich?
I was not expecting you to call me.
she's alive.
I'm a bounty hunter. So I don't care that you're wanted.
I'm not wanted.
I am curious to see what happened to Tilia. I kill liches for free.
There's a man.
I'm gonna send again.
Okay.
It's my final 5th level spell slot.
You're done.
This is the only sending, this is the last sending I can do.
Okay.
There is a wizard named Yahiro who is planning to take on the Council of Dragon's Chosen 10. As well as the Lich on the Dragon's Council. And I think he, who has also killed Liches before, could use your help. He's in the Southern Realms, I believe. I won't be able to say anything after this. But we can speak more tomorrow if you want more information.
A lich on the Dragon's Council. I should have known. Is Glaucon a lich? I hope he is. I'll kill him for free too.
Ah, God, I love her. She's too fucking cool, man.
Okay. That is the last sending I have. I have a couple of things I'd like to do around the town, but I feel like I have taken up a lot of time.
So, you walk through the city, both of you, hearing the conversations of hundreds of people and the jingling of bells. the clicking of doorknobs and the shaking of glass as people walk in and out of the many dozens of shops and homes that make up the city of Trenton. You also see many tens of carts filled with goods, people, and many filled to the brim with produce of varying types. You see the city alive. Many appear to be happy, many half-elven, many human, some dwarven, some halfling, and a sizable amount of gnomes. Though, when you look for it, you do see a few refugees, and those caring for them on the periphery. You see medical wagons along with those filled with goods. You see the reality of the situation through the visage of peace of this yet untouched city. Eventually, after walking for a few hours east towards Amberon, you find that many of the roads from the city lead you to this point, a dead end in the form of a massive gated area. The gate consisting of incredibly old muted cream brick topped with tall spiked iron gating that allows you to look within. Looking to the right and left, you see a thinner path, all homes judging by the lack of signage, and a few carts traversing the 15-foot wide path between multi-storied ancient brick homes and the gated space. Looking into the gated space, you see multiple very, very old brick buildings, unpainted by the looks of it, each brick a different color of muted tan from the ages of rain and sun beat upon it. The first of the buildings block most of your view. A 4-story building by the looks of it, and about 200 feet long from left to right, topped with a short bonnet roof with smaller windows plunging from the roof's body. The side of the building is covered with intricate single-pane windows, and the perimeter of the building is shrouded by tall greenery that covers most of the lower floor's windows. On either side of the building, you can somewhat see more buildings, though much of it is shrouded by trees and flower bushes that appear to be planted on the premises liberally. Past the building, you see above the roof, towering even over the forest of Amberon just beyond. The great red stretching tens of feet above the building, you see the canopy created by their dozens of feet-long branches like an army of titanic tree ants. You see their rustling in unison as a breeze tumbles in from the south. Walking around the gated space a bit further to the north, you find an entrance in the form of a smallish old wooden gate with ancient stone arches flanked on either side by one stoic, halfway robed figure and one stoic, halfway robed human figure. The gate is paneled somewhat, like chocolate bars, and appears to be rather dilapidated by time. However, there does appear to be a small gatehouse stationed just to its left, though the gate appears to be open at this time.
The gate is open. Great. You know which one's the university?
You guys haven't even walked into the premises yet.
Well, we can see it from the
No.
gate.
Nope.
What? Oh,
You have
okay.
to walk into like the campus.
Okay, cool.
But
All
the
right.
building is.
The gate is open into the campus.
But the building you were describing.
That's just a building that's in the campus of the university.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we don't know. Yeah, okay.
Okay, all
I
right.
just assumed that was all. Yeah.
All right. Cool. I'll walk into the gate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So, walking into the gated area, you find yourself upon a deep gray and mottled black stone path with slightly raised stone lining on either side of it. To the north and south of you, you see small patches of trees upon lumps of dark dirt speckled with various breeds of flowers and lush bush. Ahead of you, you see a muted white-yellow building's end, capped with a 40-foot tall clock tower that is built over the pathway, creating a short tunnel before continuing into a shorter 15 to 20-foot building to the north. Walking through the short tunnel, underneath the clock tower, you find yourself standing within a large open square, lined with various Gothic buildings made of the same stone you've become so accustomed to seeing. Each of these buildings could be a church. You see about 4 separate buildings, 2 of which are simply 1 story and appear quite long, and the other 2 are 3 and 4 stories tall, and all of them reminiscent of the Grand Cathedral of Bahamut and Tristfall. Each of their ends appears to come to a triangular point at their tops and are accented with various spires and angelic statues upon their forms. The space is around 230 feet across when looking left and right, and looking in front of you is odd. You see about 150 feet in front. A very large, somewhat elongated egg-shaped building that looks to be about 70 feet tall and about 40 feet in diameter. The egg shape is general, not exact, and it appears to be wider at the base in the first floor, then getting thinner and indented at the second and fourth floors, accented by 2 pillars on either side of a grouping of 2 windows that occurs every 10 or so feet around the circumference of the second and fourth floors. After the fourth floor, it appears to get wider again momentarily before collapsing into a small dome to allow for a bit of a rampart around the dome. This latter 5th and 6th story appears to be within the dome, which appears to be made of an old and greened metal, also accented by a couple windows that peek out from its rounded form. However, the shape of the building isn't the odd part of what you see. The odd part is that half of this space is completely consumed by the forest of Amberon, including half of the tower, the trees towering above even the egg-shaped tower at the center of the space. However, when you attempt to see into the forest, or into the latter portions of the area, you see nothing. The ocular sensation is similar to looking at a bright spot for too long, creating a blind spot in your eyes, making your eyes feel a bit numb and strange as you do so. However, as soon as you look away, the sensation is gone and your vision is returned to you.
So, for the statues, is there any like iconography that I recognize around? And also with the statues of the angelic figures, is there anyone?
They look to be like very... They don't seem to be honoring any specific god. They seem to just be people. Elvish, half-elvish, dwarvish, or human, just dressed in half-robes and in a state of higher wisdom.
Are there people around the campus?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people.
A lot of people, okay. Are we getting any weird looks?
No.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely not, no.
Well, anyway, all I'm saying is, if we take him now, it's basically like a loan. We just pay it later, after we save the world, and I'm sure it'll be like rolling in money at that point. It's not necessarily stealing at that point. You know what? If we save the world, they might just give it to us. We're
Yeah,
just preempting that.
sure, but you're betting a lot on the world being saved
Well, if it isn't,
by us.
not really our problem anymore.
What, the stealing?
Yeah, if the, the world ends, then like we don't really have to deal with that.
Okay, but like, you and I could share that mindset, but whoever we're stealing from doesn't.
So they'll be sour for a bit until we pay them, and we'll pay them twice as much or whatever. Or they'll never find out that it was us.
I like the latter part. I just would like some more security in it, you know.
Are you not confident in my abilities?
I don't know your abilities.
That's not a good reason not to be confident in it. I do know, and I'm confident, so what does that tell you?
Pickpocket somebody here.
Dared.
Show me.
He called you.
And now so we're going to take a break. We're going to be back in around 10 to 15 minutes. We'll see you there. Be right back. Welcome back.
Pick that pocket.
Yes. So, as you sit, just a second.
I'm
So you sit in the town square. Go ahead and try to pick a some of these basically college students.
Can I cast guidance on myself?
Yeah.
I will.
I will do so.
Wait, are you able to cast cancer?
Yeah. One willing creature.
Nice.
You're willing.
I'll pick the guy.
Ah, come on.
What? Do you have no confidence in your skills?
Depending on against who. I'm not gonna try to pickpocket Glaucon.
No, just someone here.
Don't pick a perceptive-looking fucker.
Someone doesn't have confidence in their skills.
I am a practical man, if not entirely full of myself.
Yeah, talking about saving the world so we don't have to pay back. Well, whatever. Okay, fine.
If I get caught, I'll make it look like you did it.
Sleight of hand check.
Fucked up. Oh.
Not bad.
Oh.
That is a sleight of hand.
Oh.
23.
Nice.
So you
Just want to.
Yeah, you go up. You see one what looks to be dwarven woman
Don't fuck.
running out of one of the longer, possibly study halls, putting on a backpack, and you see her trip a little bit, and you go to help her pick up like one of her books, and you pick what looks to be a small coin purse in her back pocket. She, thank you. I gotta go. Sorry.
Look at her. She was so cute. What's wrong with that? Yeah, come in.
Oh, excuse me, ma'am. I'll chase after her.
No, thank God.
Oh, thank you so much. Here, have a silver. Thank you.
Nice.
See how grateful she was after I gave it back to her?
Wow, that's just the free money machine, isn't it?
I worked for it. What do you mean?
A silver is a pretty amount too.
Yeah.
Where are you guys heading?
Where are you gonna steal 200 gold from then?
I don't steal the gold. You steal the thing.
Oh.
You're such a rookie.
Okay, so where are you guys heading? Where are you guys heading?
Yeah, we have to do your reading, right? Maybe we should ask for directions?
Yeah, I'll ask somebody where the library is.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
26.
26. Okay, so you grab what looks to be a human, male, possibly like 22 or so. Alright.
Hi. Where's the library?
It's on the south side of town. It's only a human library. It's mostly research books, math, things like that.
Gosh.
There's another library?
Yeah, on the other side of the forest.
Do you know how to get there?
It's probably just through the forest, right?
No, you can't go into the forest. You knew you? You can't get into the other side. Locked. Magic.
Are you sure? I don't slide on the silver.
I'm sure. Wait, no, I could use that though. Can I have that? Thanks.
Have you
Want
tried?
lunch? What?
Have you tried?
Yeah, everyone has.
Okay.
You just sort of wander in and then you end up ass backwards and walking into a wall and then sort of just wandering a bit for about 5 minutes and then walking out the way you came.
That doesn't sound fun. That sounds like a waste of time. All for books.
Libraries, again, south side of campus.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you need?
No, that was it.
Alright, thanks for the silver, man.
Yeah, have a good lunch.
Nice. Okay.
I don't mean to school you on everything, but that's how money flows.
Okay. Is that part of your helping people thing?
He was helped. It wasn't my silver anyway, so.
You just. Okay. All right. Well, do you want to try to get through the forest?
Well, he just said that I was.
Yeah, but
Do you have a?
we
do you have
can.
a different way of going about it, then?
Well, there's one thing I can think of, but then if that doesn't work, you can go under it. Remember?
You want to dig?
Why not?
I don't have a shovel.
Well, we can get one at the general store, and probably won't be that. We don't have to dig that deep.
You don't think we have to dig that deep?
Probably not.
You think it's like a fence?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm in. You're much smarter than me, so if you think it's a good idea, then I guess that's fine.
Okay.
I believe they said that they went through the Underdark, though, when they, wasn't that in your journal? In the journal?
No.
That was something you
that was
overheard from Dagomaris.
Yeah.
Right.
And the guy's conversation.
Oh shit!
We don't know anything about
Fuck.
that.
Wait.
Oh, then I don't know.
I don't. Wait. No.
You overheard it.
You overheard it. Did you tell us?
No.
Okay, then I don't know. Shit.
Yeah, okay.
I thought we were all there for it. Okay.
No, I didn't
God
say
damn it.
anything.
Okay.
Out of
Well,
respect.
then.
You
Okay. Well, then I would
sure?
be like, yeah, I think I have a way.
Okay. I'm curious to see what you can do.
He says everybody's tried. I haven't. So.
Me neither. I usually succeed at the things I try, so
Okay.
sure.
Let's go.
Where are you
lead the
guys
way.
saying?
He said
It's the
other
south
side of the
campus.
forest.
No.
South side
That's the
campus.
Elvish.
Yeah.
So you want to go to the Elvish? You want to try and get into the forest ring?
Yes.
From here?
Yeah.
You just want to walk in.
Yep.
Okay. How long you going about this, and how are you going about it?
You said that there's the forest that's like.
Right there.
Yeah.
It's cutting the campus in half.
Yep.
Oh,
Walks in.
Vivian used to do this thing.
Oh
I don't even know what he's talking about.
She's very smart, so just stay with me now. This might be too cerebral for you. I'm gonna turn around and walk back.
Oh my god, the infinity room was too Yumi. Oh my god. Oh, okay, so you turn around and you begin to walk through. And at a certain point, you just stop walking. And then you blink and you're right back next to Yclad.
How did
No, he just, from your perspective,
Uh-huh.
he walks in, he walks backwards for a bit, and then just walks to you.
Am I naked?
No, you just walked back.
Yeah, I walk back.
Yeah, and then you just came back to me.
Oh. Well, I'm out a lot of stuff.
Okay. Well, how far forward did he walk?
Like 5 feet.
Like he walked 5 feet. Okay.
Didn't make
Okay.
Again, if you're looking, you just saw
Uh-huh.
Eupheme. Everything else around him was like you were looking directly into the sun.
Oh,
Really? It's
Your
like-
vision cannot see into the forest.
Oh wait, I can't see past.
No.
Yeah, this is why I didn't teleport.
oh, that would be spicy. Get it?
If I throw my sword,
Oh, don't be stupid.
You want to throw your sword?
Oh. No, wait. No, wait. No, I got it. No, it's okay.
yeah, I'll try it.
Okay. So you throw your sword.
Like boomerangs?
Hello?
Hold on. Let me try.
Is
And I
this
want
on
to
the
stand.
floor?
I want to stand a little.
I'll summon it back in my hand.
I want to
my
stand a little
God.
closer.
You try and summon it, you cannot.
What?
I need that. Fuck.
I try to.
However, after a moment,
It comes, like, it keeps... Oh, okay.
it came back.
Oh, I thought when you were saying the
No,
noise was
you-
it was coming back.
You threw it,
Yeah,
you lost sight of it,
and I couldn't summon it.
about 5 seconds. Comes back.
Yeah, that's magic. I don't think there's much you can do about that.
All right, let's try to beat it with magic, and then I'll
Oi! What are you doing here? I'm the groundskeeper.
Oh, no. We're gonna get caught.
Busted.
You see, looks to be an older woman. sort of has like a black, a mess of black hair, thick, curly black hair. Her complexion is pretty dark, in stark contrast to her bright green and yellow eyes. If you had to guess, she was a wood elf, a half wood elf.
We're just.
Oh, thank goodness you've arrived. I'm gonna like fall on my knees, my hands right here. I've lost something precious to me.
What is that?
My photo of my family. It fell out of my hands and the wind blew it into the forest. I
Deception check.
Nice.
Good work, brother. Yeah. Hey.
21.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm sorry to hear that. That picture's gone, son. If it's not back yet, it's flourished somewhere else on the perimeter of the forest.
Well, could you unlock the forest so that we can go in and retrieve it?
You think I control the forest?
If you keep you're the groundskeeper.
On the campus. Not the forest.
The forest, the campus.
part of the campus.
How do you
It's
keep the other
the
half?
No,
Same thing,
this
it's
is
the-
the human half of the campus.
So you're just a keeper for the human half.
Yes,
Oh.
that's what I said. A groundskeeper of the campus. You can't be trying to get in there. It'll make people all funny. Feeling funny.
Oh, can you ask the elves to give it back?
No.
Oh, it was the last. It's the last photo of my family I ever. Have you no empathy?
I guess
Yeah.
not.
We're sad.
Yeah, well, I see that, and so am I. And I just deal with it. So, alright, back away from the forest. Saw you pulling out something from your back. What are you doing, lady?
We were just playing around with my pet, and I'll pull out these bats in rat form.
Okay.
You're gonna toss a rat in there?
No,
You cruel.
I'm gonna toss him.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
I love this creature. I wasn't gonna toss him.
Why, you love this photo too?
The wind tossed it.
Yeah.
I don't know that. Listen, I saw y'all come through here. Because I was in the Gone Town. Gone Town, Gay Town. Okay? Y'all look mighty suspicious then too, and then I cut you. Throwing rats into the forest.
My rat. Okay.
Walks away.
Let's try to get to a more inconspicuous spot.
That's magic, man. That's magic.
Let's get to a more inconspicuous spot. I'll show you.
It's fucking.
Make a stealth check for me then. I like how you guys are choosing this spot in the campus.
The middle
It's
of
a
the
massive forest with many hundreds of miles of border.
I'm not the brains of this operation.
17.
23.
So you guys find a spot sort of in between buildings.
Nice.
That looks to have been possibly a larger area before the border was closed off.
I'm just gonna let you know now. That's magic. So if you get torn to shreds or like turned into a potato or something, that's it. I will mourn you, but I will go about my life.
Well, you said you can speak with dead people, so I'll just haunt you, I guess.
You wouldn't be the first.
I'll pull out my book and I'll be like, and I'll open up to the page with Dina's name on it. I go, write your name.
Oh, God.
Do it, please. If this works, I need to tell you.
I will help Dagamoris to murder you.
Okay, and then I'll pull out bats. I'll be like, all right, need your help, buddy. And then he'll,
Okay.
and then onto my
Shoulders.
The sound
shoulders.
effects help
Yep.
a lot.
Yeah.
Appreciative of it,
and
actually.
then I'll
Excellent.
open my book, and then bats will be like, and like, yes, we'll get another sandwich if this works, okay?
Mighty tasty sandwich.
and then
Hire them in. Personal chef.
I will say directly in front of me. Let's go 100 feet straight in front of me, and I'll cast Dimension Door.
Dimension door.
Okay. You cast Dimension Door. 100 feet in front of you.
He's chucked 100 feet back.
It does not work.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh.
The spell does not go through.
Okay.
Get on
Is
then.
I do have to ask, is it because that space is occupied by an object?
No.
Okay.
It just doesn't.
It just doesn't
seem to
work. Okay.
Are you gonna squat forever, or are you gonna do something?
It doesn't work. I don't know. What happens?
It just doesn't cast.
It just doesn't cast. Okay.
You still use your spell slot. You're still trying to
You
dive in.
bastard.
Maybe if everyone considers it to be a barrier that they can't pass, and there are more people more powerful than you, at least, maybe we can't get through it.
Well, maybe. Look, this is a long shot, but if it doesn't work, it'll just come back like you did, I guess. Maybe Bats can get through it himself. I don't know. He's weird. I don't know where he's from.
Nothing beats a failure but a try.
Come on. I don't want to have him try to just walk. Yeah, just like roll straight in.
So, Bads. Walks forward.
Wait, does it know? Does it have a face like it knows?
Walks forward about 5 feet, stops, turns around, comes back. And then
All right. Well, come on and back into her. You deserve a sandwich. Still, don't worry.
you feel,
Yeah.
and you, bit of blood.
Ow, brat. Okay, well, human library, I guess.
Yeah. Now the books.
You don't like books?
They're much more stale than stories telling.
That's true. I like a good story. I guess it was much more interesting hearing Vivian say the journal than I read it myself. Ooh, maybe I'll just have Vivian read all the books I find to me.
I think Vivian likes reading books.
Yeah. Vivian, would you mind reading me the books that I find in the library? Thanks.
Can you not read?
Does sending out cast a spell slot for you?
Huh?
No, it
No.
did not.
Yikes. Okay.
No. I'm about, if I find that shit out, I'm losing it. I'm exploiting this child for his scribe and for his unlimited sending. He will
Hey.
be my magic mill.
The book can only hold 4 persons' names at a time, so.
Yeah, but Jesus.
Jesus doesn't exist in my life.
You want to fight?
Anyway, go ahead.
No, you're just good at yes, you're just good at storytelling Thanks.
I'm just like looking over my shoulder.
Yeah.
You see it? Like,
Yeah.
What did she say?
Thank you, I guess. When I finish my business, I will read you your books.
Great. Thank you. You see her responses. They
I'm
come
just
up on the
looking over
page.
just
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
Wow, that's neat.
Cool.
All right, so to the library.
Okay. So,
Excellent.
you're going to walk around the campus of the university more freely now, seeing now just how truly large it is. Like a small town within the city almost. You walk upon the cobbled stone paths, flanked by more Gothic pale cream ancient stone brick buildings, and small gardens that speckle the campus. You walk through some of the buildings, feeling the rush of wind caress your face as students and faculty walk past you briskly. At one point, you enter into an open-topped rectangular park within one of the buildings, hearing the sounds of birds perched within the trees and feeling the gravel that makes up the path crunch beneath your feet. Eventually, you find yourself in front of an almost castle-like structure. It appears rather squarish, with the same Gothic cathedral spikes upon the top rim, and two towers at each corner of the building that you can see, though they are also square and are halfway into the main body of the building. It looks to be about 4 stories tall, and just above the door rests a large stained glass window in an oblong, half-oval shape. The width is about the same as the height, around 50 to 60 feet wide the building is, giving it, again, a rather block or box-like castle look. Walking in, you find yourself looking down a double-deckered hall. The entire space is made from a rich, deep red wood that has been carved and treated exquisitely. And you see tables of the same make sparsely placed every 10 or so feet in the center of this hall, each of them donning a lit oil lantern and occupied by a few students each. The hall is sectioned slightly, the sides covered by the upper open floor, and the middle open to the tall ceiling of the second floor. The middle open area is around 16 feet wide, and covered portions are about 10 feet wide on either side. Within these covered portions are walls covered with bookshelves filled with books detailed with vibrant cloth bindings. The ceiling above you rests about 20 feet up and is paneled wood in the form of shallow squares upon it. The second floor is entirely open, if not for the wood railing that separates it from the open space and the drop to the first floor. You see many people of varying species looking through the various books, flipping through their pages, taking notes by them with focus coursing through their faces, and speaking in hushed tones with those near them. Looking further into the hall, you see it continues for quite a ways, probably 50 or so feet, before it branches to the left and right, forming 2 new halls of similar design. However, this main hall stretches for about 20 feet more past this crossing, the second floor wrapping around the entirety of it all, also lined with bookshelves. At the center of this crossing, there looks to be a circular administrative desk, 2 humans doing some paperwork behind it, while a few other librarians look to be wandering around the space, helping students and putting books back in their shelves.
Okay.
That's a lot of books.
Yeah. Time to do some digging. Are you looking for anything?
I suppose I could look for something.
What do you want to know?
There's a particular book I want to know about.
Do you want to find a book about a book?
Yeah. They do that, right?
I hope so.
This book's about everything.
Okay. Well, do you want to help me first? I'll help you.
What are you looking for?
Well, I need to know more about what my dad was looking for, so anything on Varntuk. I don't know, anything. I've been more recently trying to figure out more stuff about bad paths and where he came from, and I am trying to think of other stuff that might be, well, useful to our team at large.
Sure.
Okay.
I figured we should probably talk to the people who work here, though.
I'll ask them. Okay, sure. That might, yeah, they probably know where everything is. Okay. I'll go
You
ask.
talk to her, yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so just make an investigation check.
Okay,
cool.
alright.
I guess I'll just help him.
Okay, sure.
Unless-
With advantage.
Okay, great. Okay.
And guidance.
Nice. D4?
Or is it like, or can I do that?
You can do both bardic inspiration and guidance.
Let's do that.
Okay,
Shit.
great.
Wow.
And advantage, yeah.
Okay. 31.
Fucking face it. He's rolled something else. Okay, so what are you both looking for then?
If we talk to the people who work there, I want to like take out my card that has the book and show them the book to see if they know what it is.
Okay, one of the older gentlemen with like salt and pepper hair, wearing glasses with a bit of scruff just covering his mouth. Never seen it. Never even heard of it. What is the nature of the book? Is it of a god? Is it a godly text?
I think so.
Well, as we are under the domain of Glaucon, there's very little on the gods other than Bahamut. If it is not a book of Bahamut, even then, it is very hard to find. The gods are not of curriculum here.
That's unfortunate.
Yes.
The iconography itself, though, the plants, ring any bells at all?
Varntuk, possibly? He's the only life deity that I'm aware of.
He was really into plants, I think.
Possibly Acre. But again, my knowledge is restricted.
Of course. Thank you.
Yes. And you, young lad,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
what are you
I'm
looking for?
looking for anything on, well, the history or the anatomy of Varntuk. Anything on, oh gosh. Well, divine beasts, I think it's called. And,
We have one book on divine beasts.
okay. I like that. And then anything about, goodness. Well, actually, just those two things right now.
We have one, like I said, we have one book on the divine beasts.
Okay.
I am sorry, both of you. There's so little on Varntuk's physical form.
Okay.
No bones of his have ever been discovered.
Right. Know that. Do you have anything on mental plagues?
Mental plagues.
Yeah. Like any anthological accounts of towns or cities being
I
stricken
know
with.
what you speak.
Okay, right.
You're speaking primarily of the end of the second or beginning of second and end of first ages. All time periods we have no jurisdiction in.
Okay.
Is this guy human?
Well. Okay, well I'll take the one book that you have on the Divine Beast then.
All right. You look around with his direction. You
Yeah.
find the same book.
Same book, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of Varntuk and all of that, you find the Rebuilding of Adamos, which is a book Vivian and Osiren found earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
But other than that, that's it.
Okay, cool.
So you have all the knowledge of Rebuilding of Adamos.
Okay. What does that say?
Well, it's on the website, and Dina also has it somewhere.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
read
you
it on
can
the
that at
website.
some point. Yeah,
I'll read it on the website.
yeah. Hey, plug, man.
Pretty fruitless.
Well, we tried.
All the juicy books were inside of Hector's.
You would assume that you know most of the knowledge that is available to you.
Yeah.
In fact, you know more than some historians at this point with Hector's books now.
Wow. Okay. Vivian, I found no books of use. No need to worry about story time. Thanks.
Okay, what are you doing?
Sorry to hear that.
What are you doing during this time?
Well, I just fucked up my notes because I was trying to find a specific thing. I would like to try and I'm going to leave Hector's home.
Okay.
Is Dagmar out there?
He's out back.
Okay.
I'm going to go into the town and try and locate some of the people that are in Hector's journal.
Do you want me to come with you?
Do you want to come with me?
No.
Then no. I'll be fine.
I'll just be here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put my mask on and hood up.
Okay.
I'm not gonna cast Alter Self.
So where are you heading?
First, I would like to try and locate.
Also, where are you two going after the library?
So yeah, what time is it? We're left at 3 p.m.
4:30 p.m.
Jesus. Well, it's early, so I'm gonna.
Shopping?
Yeah, let's go.
Nice.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
You guys are going where?
Clothes shopping.
Okay.
Um,
Right again.
it's your fault. You wouldn't give us our clothes. I'm going to try and find Edge of Both Worlds alchemy.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Actually, jewelry first.
12.
12? Okay, so you discover one person who knows. It's an older, or maybe, you can't really discern, a half-elven individual. Yeah. I remember that alchemy shop. Closed down. A while back. Replaced by a different one.
Oh. Does the same woman run it?
No, she went crazy. A while back.
Does she still live in Trenton?
I don't know.
Oh. Thank you.
Yeah, Tim's Fancy Brews and Missing Things is the,
Tim's Fancy Brew. Thank you very much.
if you wanted alchemy.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Alright. You want to know where it is?
Yes.
Alright. It's on Manos Street.
Meadow Street?
Manos.
Manos.
Yeah. Alright. You have a good one.
Thank you.
She went crazy.
Oh, shit.
I have a bad
Oh no.
feeling about this.
What did you do?
I would like to try and find a tailor.
Okay.
This
So-
is not because I want to shop, though.
I know.
Okay.
You're looking for a
Yes.
specific tailor.
I am looking for Carrick, potentially last name Grinslew,
Why do you think their name is Garrick? Carrick
Because-
Grinslow.
because the last name, well, there's Rin and Carrick are the couple. One of
And you were
them
looking for someone, her husband, who worked as a textile.
as a textile worker, potentially as a
Make
tailor.
another persuasion check.
Okay, I only know Grinslew because one of their grandparents' names was Winslow. I don't know which one. Natural 20?
Oh.
Plus 6. 26, baby.
So you find like an old woman wrapped very, very well on one of the stoops of one of the townhomes. Darker complexion. What are you looking for?
Carrick, a textile worker, husband of Rin.
Last name?
Potentially Grinslew, one of the two.
Rings a bell.
think. Oh. I think they done did themselves in a couple years back.
Oh, do you have any...
So sad.
What?
So sad.
Do you have any idea why?
Remember them saying weird things not showing the word? I remember, it's been so long. Forgetting who they was and all that.
They were forgetting who they were?
That's what I thought.
Okay. Sorry to bring up bad memories, but thank you.
I didn't know him too well. It's just, there was 1 year. Actually, there I think about it, there was a week in which all these people were losing their memories. Yeah.
Would one of them happen to be Latia from Edge of Both Worlds Alchemy?
Yes.
And Ulfred Grunslum
Yeah.
from Board and Board In?
Oh, yes.
And Volmir Namora?
Yes. How do you know all these names?
I used to live around here.
Yes. I knew them too. Human.
Okay. What did she ask me? Sorry.
I knew them too.
Forgive me if this brings up something bad, but do you remember a man named Rocket Friedman?
Name rings a bell. Not personally though. I didn't know any of these folks, but only reason I knew them was because they done did themselves in, and I didn't quite like that.
What about a child named Alessandrius? Or Vivian? She had a skin condition?
Weird. Yeah, she was weird. Yeah, now it comes to she was with that Rockhead for quite some time. They lived here. Good members of the community.
I'm trying to find Vivian. I was wondering if you knew any of the friends she made when she was a child. I know they'd be a bit older.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay. Thank you so much for all your help.
Yeah.
Wow.
Such a cute old lady.
Yeah, and everyone's dead. Or lost their mind. Okay.
Are you having an easy time?
You little shit.
You find that nobody remembers Rocket. And perhaps they could not handle the strain I put on their mind. Do yourself a favor. Don't see what I did to his family. They still live, but barely. And then he ends.
I'm going to tear every vessel from your neck.
He sent again. Do not scare me.
Grown man. Grown man.
He already said to you and like to say that. He's petty Pettigrew right now.
Do not care. You threaten me so much. I'm an archmage. I will squash you like a bug. You know this. I know this. And no one remembers you as anything other than the monster you are today. No one will ever remember you.
You really have nothing better to do than just watch me all day. Nothing.
Well, unlike you, I can multitask. I have that ability. I'm also the divination archmage.
Yes, I do know that.
You ask me stupid questions. I explain like I'm talking to stupid person.
Shove it. And I'm gonna get up and start walking. I don't know where I'm walking. I'm gonna go to Cotulia Orchards. I'm so bad
Okay. As you're walking, you need you to make a wisdom saving.
You shit! Oh my god! He's such a little petty ass!
What is he doing?
Wisdom saving throw for me.
I know. I'm just coping. 12.
Okay. So you, as your eyes roll back in your head, you are forced scribe. You see
No.
2 older folks sitting in a bed. And then a younger woman comes in. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Starts feeding them. And then you come back.
Well, I'm crying now. There's that.
Where are your grandparents? And they have no idea you exist. They have no idea Rocket exists. In fact, I'm not sure that they even know that they exist.
All this just because he modified your memories. Just for that, you ruined his entire life.
Yes.
Disgusting.
Don't say such harsh things about yourself.
What?
You said disgusting. Cannot be talking about me.
A child. You are.
I'm gonna stop talking to him.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop talking to him.
God, you. Oh my God. Oh, I hate him so much.
I'm just gonna ignore him. I'm gonna keep walking.
Okay.
To Cotulia Orchards.
Where are you going?
To Cotulia Orchards.
Okay. That is where you are going. Where are you two going?
I want general store.
General store. I want to see if I can buy some jewelry.
I'll say that. What jewelry are you looking for
I
specifically?
want some big old earrings with like.
I'll say 2 silver
Plants.
for that, and you can easily get it. What are you looking for in the general store?
I just need. Ooh, what do I need? I need some rations.
Rations?
And
Yeah, I'll get some rations as well.
yeah, do I?
I'm gonna say posthumously here because I had you guys spend so much money before I redid the gold system. I'll say all of you have an equal 250 gold in your inventory right now, added to.
Big brain.
Big ups.
Not you, because you didn't spend money on rations. So I'll say you have 60 gold.
Wait.
Nasu has 250 in his inventory.
Fine.
Wow, that's sexy. That is sexy.
That's cool. Do I? Hold on. I need. Oh fuck.
Give myself some things. I'm gonna kill him so hard.
I'm gonna scry on him. Maybe I'll see the Lich. Who knows?
Yeah. Sorry. I just want to get like.
No, not shovel.
Oh man. I want to get 3 weeks worth of rations.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want 21 days.
21 days. Yeah.
Okay. So
Word.
then that's 21 silver.
Cool.
3 weeds.
That's
You have to carry all that.
yeah. It's only like half a pound each, right?
21.
It's like a pound each.
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
You're pulling my leg. 2 pounds each. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Okay, wait.
That's why the beads are so useful.
Yeah, and
42
we used
extra
all of
pounds.
them.
Used all of
Uh-huh.
And I'm not going to be able to make any more because there's no way we're getting life powder because the tree of life has been burned.
That's nice.
There's probably a lot of life power there. That's how you make it, right? Burn it.
Gotta burn some eggs to make some omelets. Says you.
Yeah, no, 21 days. That's fine.
Okay.
And then hold on. That's because you just only gave me gold. Wait, that's 2 gold and a silver.
21 silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 gold and a silver.
Okay, cool. So then I need 50.
And then it was only 2 silver for earrings. Unless
For
you
my
wanted
earrings.
really fancy ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. they're
What did you
fancy.
want to be made out of?
Like silver or gold.
Okay, which one?
Silver fits my aesthetic better.
Okay, do you want any precious gems in it?
No. I just want them to be like you've seen my tree ones.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Okay,
basically
yeah,
those.
then I'll say 5 silver.
Okay. Then I'll take my silver back and give them an electrum.
Can you give me the breakdown for spell pricing again, just so I can have it in my notes and I don't have to ask you every time? So
So a quarter.
a quarter of the normal price.
A quarter of the normal price.
Alright, a quarter
I want to get
price.
some food as well.
Sorry, a third. Some food, rations? How many weeks?
Like 2 weeks.
Okay, so 14 silver.
A teleportation circle, the components for it cost 50 gold pieces.
It's a quarter. I think.
A quarter,
So 10.
a quarter
so
or a third.
I'd say 15 gold.
Okay, so that'd be 15 gold. And then, incense and charcoal for fine familiars, 10 gold pieces.
I'd say 2 gold.
Sorry, just rationing out my budget.
Okay. So you guys find the earrings and the rations.
Okay,
What
sick.
else are you doing?
Let me think. Oh shit, there was something else. I can't remember.
Pretty much go.
What time is it after we do all that?
5:30?
Dinner time.
Yeah, I probably want to. Fuck. It might come back to me. I'd want to, go back to the inn then at this point, where we were gonna meet. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Okay, so, do you remember off the top of your head? Because I didn't get to finish my notes on Hector's journal, so I don't remember what spells. But I have Awaken, Pass Wall, Watery Sphere. Those are from the scrolls and from
Teleportation
Yahira. Teleportation Circle, I already have.
Was the 2 teleportation circles?
Yeah, I got the
Watery
2.
sphere.
Yeah.
Pass wall.
Yeah, Awaken.
Awaken.
And there were some in these I got after the
Um,
fact.
Contingency.
Contingency,
Dark vision for your spells.
Dark Vision for my spells.
Oh yeah, that's so
For
good.
And
my-
transmute rock.
Transmute Rock, that's what it was. Okay, cool. Lovely. Okay. I have a little bit of shopping I would like to do.
Okay, what would you like to shop for?
I would like to get some nice clothes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have
I'll say you design it. I'll 5 gold for personally designed clothes.
Oh god, I get my cloak, I get my cape. Oh, I have a moth cape. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh man, listen, I've been ruminating.
That's good. That's
Okay.
good.
Oh, just wait. Of course, I just finished the portrait, and then I changed your outfit. Okay. And then I would like to purchase 50 gold pieces.
If you're gonna buy magic stuff,
Yes.
you need to go to a shop for it.
Okay, cool. I will buy. I mean, incense and charcoal is not necessarily magic stuff. Is he still scrying on me?
No.
Yeah, he is. You just
No,
roll the
Kate's
dice.
messaging me.
Oh, okay. God. I
He's
would
like,
like.
I'm gonna buy some clothes too.
I would like to buy.
Y'all are such aesthetic hoes.
I would like to buy 5 rounds of
Look what I get.
incense and
My
charcoal. Of
was it?
incense and charcoal. So
Yeah, so you can
that's
again.
10
You need to go
gold.
to a magic shop in order.
Oh,
to do this.
normally that stuff has been found at general stores before.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
reason I said.
That's sort of stuff.
Yeah. And then the other basic thing that I need would just be paper for spells would be in a magic shop as well. Okay, cool. Then I have some math I need to do.
Okay.
And I don't know if there's other shit that can happen because I need to look at the spell levels for all of these spells.
So you guys head to the inn, the board and board. You walk up. It looks like a townhome at first, but it looks rather old. And as you walk in, it's a bookstore. Looks to be like a fiction bookstore of some sort. You smell old pages along with somewhat sun-stained cloth from the bindings and of a very yellow-tinted area rug just as you enter in. And as you pass firmly through the doorway, ding, as a door bell rings above you. You shut it in the single pane window that is firmly implanted to the top, sort of shutters a bit. Looking ahead of you, you see multiple bookshelves lining the right side of the wall and wrapping around at like an L, like a backwards L towards the back, which looks to have a back door of some sort that leads into the alley. And along the left side, you see a door immediately to your left, a mint chipped green with a dented bronze door handle, and past that, after a bit of an indent into the wall, you see a large bar with a younger half-elven man with pockmarks on his cheeks from acne. Slicked back hair and mean-looking bushy eyebrows behind them. Appears to be sipping some tea as you walk in. Hi there! How's it going?
Do you have rooms here?
Yeah. Not from around here, then?
No.
Yeah. So there's a bookstore down below, and it's a suite up above.
Great. Okay. Do we get rooms from you?
Aye,
Okay.
they do. It's a 2 silver a night. They're pretty nice rooms. It's a floor each room.
Wow.
That's why they're called suites.
You learn something new every day.
Okay. Then wait. We'll just need one room for everybody then, probably.
There's 2 bedrooms in each of the suites.
Okay.
2 silver.
Yeah. Wait.
It's
There's.
2 silver per room, yes. And there's only 2 rooms available of the 4.
I'm confused.
2 suites available of the 4 suites that we have in the building.
Right.
Each of the suites has 4 bedrooms and a possible futon-like situation in the living room, if you need.
We just need the one suite then.
I suppose.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
1 suite. How many nights?
Let's just do 1 for now.
All right.
I'm not sure how long we'll be staying
Do
here.
you want the 1st and the 3rd floor?
Third. Are there windows?
Well, I'm sorry. When I say 1st, I mean
First
2nd.
one up.
Yes.
Yeah.
1st one up.
Makes
So
sense.
3rd would be 4th. 4th floor, 2nd floor. Which one? They're all identical. Bay windows looking out of the city. The 4th floor, that's 3 silver, I will say. It's a little bit bigger, just by a little bit. And we'll let you in on a secret. If you get past the 4th and 5th floors, you get a bay window looking down south as well as north.
Oh, but those are taken.
The 4th floor is not taken.
4th floor. Of course.
4th floor.
4th floor, then
Fourth
that's
floor.
3 silver.
Pay man.
Yeah. I'll pay him. Fine.
Excellent. There's no food here because I don't get paid enough to also make everyone food. It's a bit too honest of me. Just so we don't have a kitchen. So you have to bring food in, but you have a full kitchen in
Oh.
the rooms,
Okay.
in the suites, I should say.
You pulled some spices from Actor's place, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we got lovely grocers and farmers markets around here.
Oh, I could prepare this. Oh, I could prepare the most. Yeah, I've been reading this book about mushrooms, and there's just a ton of things you can make with mushrooms. I got dinner tonight. Don't worry.
Okay, great.
You're welcome to join if you want.
I hate mushrooms.
You haven't had it like I make them.
Just had them button ones. And they're pretty average if you're going to ask me. They're slimy.
You know what? I'll bring you down a plate. Just to try. Just to try. Come on, man. Have an open mind.
All right. You're paying for the room. I'll try your things.
All right.
There, yeah. So you just walk up the stairs. You zigzag back and forth. 4.
Wonderful.
Balls are sweet.
Okay.
Sorry, what was your name again?
Maverick.
You'll love it, I promise.
What's yours?
Oh, Eupheme.
Yclad.
Yclad? Your name's Yclad?
Yeah.
How old are you?
19.
Yeah, you're older than me, and I'm 20 years older than you.
Is he elvish?
No. He's human.
He's human?
Yeah, he's just got pockmarks.
Okay.
Scarred by acne a bit.
And he runs a whole 4-4
He looks like he's
suite?
hired.
Okay, alright, okay. Jesus.
Yeah, he's an entrepreneur. Really pulled himself up by his bootstraps. Yeah.
Man started
can make it.
Yeah.
Can make it.
Yeah,
What can you do?
Man started early. Jeez.
Okay, so you guys walk up to the room.
Okay.
It's a large old-fashioned key. It is hardy. And it looks like it'd be extremely easy to pick because it only has about 3 or 4 like tumblers on it. So as you open it up, you see a small staircase that leads up to your right, just very small. As you walk up it, to your left you see a banister and a little table with what looks to be a guest book upon it, with a little pen, inkwell, and feather. To the right, you see a living room with a couch there, along with a hearth and what looks to be a large bay window that looks out. To the left of that, as you're walking through, you have a long dining room with a about 8-foot long and 5-foot wide dining room full wood table with 10 seats at it, 2 at the ends and 8 in the body of it. Walking a bit past that, you see a kitchen with nice tile upon it, along with stone and marble countertops, filled knife block, and another window that looks to look out, as he said, over the entire southern portion of the city.
Wow.
You see rooftop gardens, plenty of bonnet homes, people lounging upon their balconies, and plenty of people just living their lives within single-pane windows, reading books, all of that, along with the fields of grass that stretch out to the west. Looking even closer to the window, you see a fire escape that goes down into the alleyway down below. To the left of the kitchen, there's a small hall that bisects the entirety of the space, and there are 2 doors to the right, both of them bedrooms with king-size beds.
Ooh.
Great.
Good night.
Super. Wow. This is pretty great. It's almost like home.
You lived like in a place like this?
Yeah, bigger.
Okay. I mean, I slept outside, so who's really got a bigger home?
No, I think that's still me.
I have to go shopping.
Okay.
For food.
Oh, true. Okay. I'm gonna Stay here.
Down the fort?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I would like to purchase 180 gold pieces worth of paper for all of the spells, except for contingency, which is a 6th level
Okay,
spell.
so the only magic shop
Oh, balls.
that you know of
Oh.
in this area,
Mhm.
there are only 2.
Okay.
The one that you heard, the alchemy shop that replaced the other one, and a shop called Magnanimous, Magnificent, Great, Grand, and Spectacular, at least somewhat interesting place of trinkets and magical goodies.
Oh.
I'm definitely going there. I
Yeah.
will not repeat it back to you though. Magical goodies. Going to the goodie shop.
Okay, that's where you're going?
Yes.
Okay. And where are you, what are you buying? What are you
before I
cooking?
buy, I want to have a quick conversation with the textile shop downstairs, or the bookstore.
Oh, the
Fantasy
bookstore? Yeah.
yeah.
How's the room?
Oh, it's lovely. Absolutely
Great.
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 Biggest room I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, wow. That's quite a compliment. Yeah, not mine.
I guess you have some sort of agreement with the.
No, I'm just hiring you. The person who owns the suites also owns the bookstore.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am usually not one for reading per se, but I was wondering if you had any books on Cerberus or Tiamat the Terrible, a fictional story of a dragon and a hero.
Dragon stories are very rare
I can
in the fact that they're illegal.
Really?
Wow. God, he's such a bitch.
I'm not from the south.
Yeah, well, in the central and northern realms, I hear that there's plenty of talking. I even say there's humanoid dragons. Oh, yeah.
Well,
It's illegal.
my father used to tell a story, but I don't know. Any other books you'd recommend? I need to up my repertoire.
There's one. It's about a wizard.
No! Fucking way!
His name's Frodis. Ever heard of him?
Have I?
Yeah.
I think so. I haven't read a book or anything about him.
Pretty incredible stuff. All people wonder if it's fiction or non-fiction.
Well, if it's a good story to tell, then I'd like to have it.
Yeah, all right. Here you go. There's one on Blood Death the Third.
Who?
Blood Death the Third.
Blood Death. That's
Wow, someone
creative.
finally took a Flauntus book from you. 3 years after the inception of Flauntus, someone has finally taken the Flauntus book. It's cursed.
Yeah, you open it up and
Flauntus steals your soul.
It's actually a phylactery. It's been a phylactery. Every Lich's phylactery is a Flauntus book.
There's only 10 Flauntus books.
because they knew that nobody would tell.
Listen, that would be a fucking excellent
That
twist.
would be-
I would not be upset about that.
Blood
I
death.
would not
That'd be
think
hard.
that was
Well,
ridiculous.
it's a shame because it's definitely not that.
Yeah.
It's a fucking book.
That'd be funny as fuck though.
Flauntus the Third. Flauntus Blood Death the Third.
That's his name?
No.
That's the name of the book.
That's the name of the book.
Yeah, but it's a
Okay,
Flauntus
Blood
book.
Death the
so.
Third. Lord.
It's a very edgy name, sure.
Well, we also have another one. It's called Ostentatious Throughout the Ages.
Now, that sounds like
It's about Flauntus.
up my alley.
This is the second telling of the tales of Flauntus, and his conquering of the west fields of the dead forest,
Oh my.
in the realm of the dreaded vampire, Lord Visconti Moore.
How much?
Oh god damn it! I gotta say though, what if I had read the book and then met Dagamaris and he was like, yes, Viscardi Morgan? I would have been like, the Flauntus guy?
This
From
book is
Flauntus? God, that's astounding.
3 copper.
Wow.
Actually, I'll take them both, if that's all right.
All right, that's 5 copper.
Getting the lore drop.
5 copper it is.
We are milking Avery of all the lore he has.
I don't know how to spell that.
This is not new.
I'm He's not nearly all the lore.
Not even.
Obviously.
Nice.
Do you think we would have walked into Hector's house and it would have been like the second Age of Elves? A short story.
Yeah.
All right.
And then for the shopping, we'll get, I don't know, some really cool mushrooms.
Okay, so you find some
And-
chanterelles.
Oh.
Sure.
Oh.
Those, I want some Tates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
you
got-
get some Dunbar red potatoes.
Nice.
Nice.
What else do we do? We need some sort of sauce. Like a gravy.
Potato sauce.
Like a gravy.
Some tomato sauce.
Tomatoes.
You said. Why would you bring him up? Wilson Carl. Wilson
Tomatoes.
Rip in peace,
I like
Wilson Carl.
tomatoes.
He's the guy I give the tomato juice to, the tomato sauce to, when he's
yeah.
fucking dead.
Yeah.
He's a Glaucon.
Yeah,
That alone, I didn't even need all this Hector shit. Wilson Carl dying alone would have sent me off.
Just scream his name as you plunge into the sword.
And the Walker Preserve.
Right up to Glaucon, I would soul transmute for Wilson Carl.
Who the fuck is that? That's not his voice, but yeah. All right.
We're gonna do a gravy, so I don't know. I feel
Mushroom
like-
gravy?
Yeah, mushroom gravy. We'll do a mushroom gravy with, and then potatoes, and then maybe like I don't know, fucking better rice or something, or
A vegetable.
a vegetable. Yes.
Tons.
Yeah.
You also see that there are a lot of booths in this farmer's market that sell apple juice. Like, you are in apple
Country.
land.
Apple
Yeah.
country.
There are a lot of orchards. There are a lot of fruits, a lot of berries.
Oh.
You see corn, a lot of fresh
Yeah,
produce.
we'll do a country, like a nice country meal. We've got the mushrooms, we've got the mashed potatoes,
Got the gravy?
we got the gravy. We're gonna get some corn, and we're gonna try and get some
Peaches, right?
flour.
Oh, there are peaches as well.
And
there is
flour. We'll get some
You want
fruit
to
in
make a roux?
No, I was gonna do biscuits.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, they're easy.
Man,
you
I
find
can fuck up
plenty
some
of
biscuits
flour.
right now.
You remember how much wheat there was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
'Kay.
And then a shit ton of apple juice.
Okay,
Like,
I'd say all of that costs you 3 silver, and it's only that much because times are hard.
That's much? That's good. For all of that?
Silver's a.
3
Oh,
silver a day was Hector's wages as a mage.
Yeah.
Like as
Oh,
a
as a
mage of the
mage?
Wilson
7
Crawl, the guy that they
towers.
made 1 copper a month.
Okay. All right. All
So,
right.
like,
I got some. Yeah.
Got some
Bounty.
perspective now.
Got some perspective.
Bountiful harvest.
I'll
But
even
you guys
cast-
do really dangerous shit, so you get paid dangerous
Yeah,
wages.
yeah.
We also have
Made inflation a bitch.
So that's what you buy. What are you doing and what are you doing? Are you staying in the room while he shops?
No, I want to go downstairs and read some fiction.
Okay. Yeah. What type of fiction are you looking for?
Okay, so I would ask.
I still have
Um,
You do have their their smut.
I would ask. I would go to Bath and be like, "What do you think I should read?" I would assume that he would get back to me like something about dreams.
He speaks.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
That's Bads you're talking to.
yeah.
I was like, that's bad.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
He doesn't speak.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak.
Yeah.
You
he communicates to you telepathically. You decide what he says.
Okay. Yeah. I say that he tells me to get something about dreams.
Okay, so you go down.
Sorry. Hey. Do you have any stories on dreams?
I got some, but not many. Got some on like meanings of dreams. Finding out if you like into weird things by your dreams. Like if you see worms wiggling in the pond, then it means you like feet.
I think that's a little.
Well, it's not just things like that. There's just things like that in those books. I know because I read them. Some of them. Not just for those pops. I'm telling you right now.
The feet.
Okay. Well, what about, I don't know, like, this is fiction, right? Like, stuff about, like, I don't know, psychic things or mental anguish.
That's really specific there. You looking for fiction?
I like,
Or are you going to do something?
I like what I like.
Alright. No, we don't got anything like that. Mental anguish.
Okay.
We got dreams.
Sure. What do you have on dreams?
Here you go.
He gives you a book. It's called Dreams and What They Mean.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Great. Is this okay? Sorry. I think I missed the like foreign part of the explanation. On the downstairs in the bookstore area, is there like seating? Like
Yeah,
obviously.
there's some.
Okay. Cool. Great.
Between some bookshelves that come out from the wall.
Right. Okay. How much does it cost to check out?
Oh, it's free if you stand here. You just need to give it back to me.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
And I just
All right.
close it down and I'll start reading. That's good.
Okay, and you're going to magnanimous, magnificent, grand, spectacular, and
Keep
least
talking.
somewhat- spectacularly somewhat interesting place of trinkets and magical goodies.
Yes, I am going there.
Okay. You stumble upon a rather unassuming shop. A large rectangular window shown to the left of a bright red door with a brass knob firmly set in its center, not off to the side. Above it reads, magnanimous, magnificent, great, grand, spectacular, at least somewhat interesting place of trinkets and magical goodies. You walk in to find yourself in a rather long and skinny establishment. A bar desk to your left, as soon as you walk in, that stretches towards the back of the store about 40 feet back. There is a long area rug that stretches out in front of you, and a mess of paintings clustered upon the right wall as you walk in. The entire space, a sloppy, blood-red drenched in the firelight of a chandelier that hangs lazily above you. Behind the counter, you see pictures of interesting items upon the walls, though the paintings appear to be in their own display cases with names just upon them. You see paintings of armor, weapons, wands, orbs, and stones. You see two people behind the counter, a male human and a female dwarf. The human looks to have a rather nice beard, braided down to his clavicle and decorated with beads. His face is kind, and only a few wrinkles speckle his forehead. As you walk in, he shows you a large smile with his neatly trimmed beard. His skin has a deep red complexion, with bold features upon his face. The woman looks to have a rather fine beard as well, the same design, though far more robust and intricate, with a twisted mustache just under her largish nose. Her forehead is free of wrinkles, though the edges of her eyes are not. Both appear to be in great spirits, as she also gives you a hearty smile as she walks in.
Welcome. My name is Sior Goldfoot. And his name is Matoska Ignami Goldfoot.
Yes, my name is Matoska Ignami Goldfoot. Thank you for introducing me, my lovely wife.
Baby.
I love them.
What can we both get for you?
Well, I was initially just coming in for papers, but I'm a bit interested. Are you just selling the paintings?
And they both give you the same look at the same time. Those paintings are the items. Well, that's how we keep them from getting stolen. They're magically putting their own little plane in the pictures until we disenchant and pull it out.
That is actually very astounding magic.
I thank you.
Yes.
That's why we are the only connoisseurs of magic items in the entire city.
Well, by way of, I suppose, probably wands and orbs, as I'm not particularly good with armor, what do you have?
Well, we got plenty of stuff. And he points to what looks to be a lair of some sort. This lair is called a lair of building. What one is holding the lair? I don't know if you know anything about magic, lass. Do you?
Yes.
Well, you can cast the mending spell as an action. You can play the lair as a reaction when an object or structure you see within 300 feet or so of you takes any damage, causing it to be immune to that damage, and any further damage until the end of your next turn. However, that's not enough for the gold fits, alright? In addition, you can play the lyre to cast Fabricate, Move Earth, Pass Wall, or Summon Construct of the clay variety as well.
That thing is.
That is a wonderful item. I'm scared to ask the price.
Well, lass, I'm sad to say, because it was infused with the song of a great bard, it can only be used by a bard.
Ah, well, that counts me out then.
Yes, but if you know any bards,
I do actually.
let them know. Alright. You want to look at anything else?
Yes, preferably something that a mage can use.
Well, there's plenty of other stuff.
Fancy lyre.
So, this one, and he points to just what looks to be a rope, sort of like in a spool. You can cut this 50-foot hempen rope into any number of small pieces, and then use an action to speak the command word that we'll give you, and then the pieces will knit back together. The pieces must be in contact and not in otherwise any uses. And that's what that does. It's good for adventuring. Little small enchantment took us about a day. You want to look at some other things?
Sure.
Alright. This one might, well, it might not be so good for a wizard, but you might be able to give it to someone else. And he shows you a pair of bracers that look to be golden, but have intricate geometric designs between large rods that shoot up. And they look to come up to about here, from wrist to mid-forearm.
Okay.
These are simple. These bracers have sort of a mind of their own. And in layman's terms, they increase your AC by +2 if you are not wearing any armor and using no shield.
See, but can I use them? Like, could I?
Aye, a wizard could use that. I don't think it requires much proficiency with any armors.
DM question: would mage armor affect that?
Yes. You would go back to 13 plus your dex.
That is an excellent one. I might have to pass that along to some of my companions.
Alright. And he points to a fancy looking ring of some sort. It looks to have silver bands, like chain link, woven around with a sapphire cut into the form of a rectangle at its center. So, You look to be an adventurer. You look weird. You got a mask. And the dwarven woman. Alright, let me take care of it now. You called the customer weird. Get out of here. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Alright, lass. I got you now. So, you look like an adventurer because you look hearty and well-traveled.
Thank
You look strong, lass.
Thank you.
You see, no weird. You ever been traveling along a bumpy road? And it's a bit harder to get around.
Yes.
Well, when you're in this ring, no longer difficult terrain mean nothing to you. Alright? And in addition, no magic cast upon you can reduce your speed, make you paralyzed, or make you restrained.
How much is that?
Some mighty fine enchantment,
Yes, it's amazing.
300 gold pieces.
Have that. Oh,
But,
spells!
lassie, that's a great ring, and I'd be happy if you took it. But there are plenty of other things that you might want to look at.
Okay, I'll look at the other. Oh gosh, that one is just so tempting.
Here, we have a scimitar. This beautiful piece of weaponry was crafted by the Goliaths, just west of Telia Mondelidos. This is called very unceremoniously by us the Scimitar of Speed. Why is it called the Scimitar of Speed? It's not because it makes you move faster. It's not because it makes you do anything stupid like that. You gain a +2 bonus to your attack and damage rolls when you make an attack with this magical weapon. In addition, you can make one more attack as a bonus action on each of your turns.
Not
These are bananas!
this.
Alright, don't worry guys. I'll let you know that it's here.
Alright, on this, another ring. Now you might not be so impressed with this one, judging by your reaction. Other ring I showed you before. And she shows you a ring. It looks to just be like a bronze ring of some sort. While you're in this ring, you can cast the jump spell from it as a bonus action at will, but you can only target yourself when you're doing it. It's a fun one. And the jump spell is, well, it's one of my favorites because I'm so short.
I could probably benefit from it as well.
Aye.
Oh, that other one is so tempting.
And we have one last one. And this one is, I got a little bit of pushback from it when we first made it. And you see what looks to be like a wrap of some sort. Sort of like a cloth wrapping that would go around your entire face.
Okay.
While you're wearing this hat, you can cast the sky sylph from it at will. And the spell only ends if the hat is removed from your body.
How much is that one?
That's 400 gold pieces.
Oh.
Damn. I don't have that. I don't say that to the dwarf. Oh, damn it! Dagamaris doesn't have that either, bro. Damn it. Oh, man. I have nothing to barter with, man. I have nothing to barter with. I have no things.
Hold on, Glaucon's eye. No.
I do
No,
not
Siren
have
is
that.
there.
One of these days I'm gonna pull it out. It's perfect timing.
Oh, man, I got nothing. You want a rags, magical rag of rags? Slightly damaged blossom of turmoil? Yeah, bro, I got nothing. Wow, I want that so bad. It's fine. Dagamaris should have it, but also he doesn't have 400 gold. Oh. These are very stupendous magical items.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Me and the husband working very hard.
Yes.
It's hard to be an artificer in the Southern Realms.
impression that they were very rare.
That's why it's hard.
Yes, no, sorry. I mean that yes. Sorry.
We did say we were the only ones, and man, aye, we did say.
One of my companions is actually looking for one. We just parted ways with a Grenmore.
Well, Grenmore, I know his family well. Excellent magic work from them. It's a shame.
It is a shame.
Aye.
I might have to send my companion your way there.
Imagine how many more magic items would be made.
Yes.
Would never take credit for them, but I could definitely take some of their techniques, as I have in the past.
The sharing of knowledge creates the development of that knowledge.
That's what I say.
Oh my god. I have to decide if I want all these spells or if I want that magic can't make me restrained ring. I want that really bad.
Paralyzed, slowed, or
Yeah, that's bananas. That's fucking bonkers.
I'm making noises.
I know, I'm just like, I only have 312 gold. I can't even get one spell if I get that ring, but it's so good. Oh wait, I can't get some. I have 100 gold pieces worth of paper. So I could learn one spell. God, I could learn all of them though. They're all 5th level spells though, and I only have one 5th level spell slot.
what are you doing?
I want the ring.
Gonna buy the ring
I'm gonna buy the ring.
for 300 gold?
Tempted.
All right.
Listen, okay, so I have mages on my ass who might try and do shit, and if I can not get paralyzed, restrained, slowed, or some other thing, that sounds
That's
bomb.
just good.
That just sounds good.
That's a good. Correct.
No whole person.
You
no.
made it correct.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I was like, everyone knows the answer.
All right. I get the ring of free action for me. And the man walks over, pulls out a key ring. Looks like 200 at least keys on it. But immediately goes, opens it up. Cover your ears. Speaks something softly into the painting.
He just asked me to.
You see him reach in, pluck it off, and you see the grass that it was on move a bit and react. And then as he pulls away, you see the oil painting texture return back to its seamlessly.
That's so cool.
Here you go. Again, it's like chain link band with a sapphire square rectangle
I
in
put
its
it
center.
next to my arcane focus.
Okay, so you put it on,
Well,
and
on
as you
my
put it on,
finger.
it seems small, even for you, but then it
Nice.
widens. Fits.
Expandy band.
It does require attunement.
Big surprise. That's fine. That's fine. Thank you.
Aye, come back in, and you looked at the bracers and the scimitar.
Yes, I do have a couple of friends who might be able to.
Tell your friends.
Yes.
It takes a lot of resources, a lot of gold, and a lot of patience to be an artificer. Some of these will require wild stuff to make.
I believe it.
So, we'd appreciate your patronage.
Of course. Thank you so much.
And the fun with that ring,
I will.
nobody's keeping you down now. Right?
Oh, magic item!
Could I have found an apron while I was out?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Little
Hey,
victories.
What did you want on it?
Oh, kiss the
Oh,
cook.
Kiss
You
the
can
cook.
easily find it.
Yeah.
Does my book say anything about what happens if you're dreaming about mushrooms?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Have you been dreaming about mushrooms?
When did I start?
Reading?
Yeah.
It's like 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're not through it yet.
Hmm.
Unless you're like a speed reader.
No. I just wanted to know when I started. So
Yeah,
So it's been 20 minutes.
So
Okay.
it's like I'm gonna say 6:10 p.m.
6:10. Cool.
I'm gonna go to the inn now.
Good
I
to
have
know.
gotten my pretty clothes and my
And what are
fancy
you
ring.
doing?
I would have head back and started preparing for dinner.
Okay. As you are walking back, you
Is he changing the damn song right now?
You walk through the city, attempting to find the inn once more. Seeing more of the city as you do so, turning on to a street called Manos Street. You see ahead of you a large and very ornate bridge connecting two buildings at their third floor. Through the bridge is shaped somewhat like a boomerang, the elbow of it facing upwards. A statue of a partially robed elven figure appears to be pulling out of the stone as it were water, frozen in time, raising a flower to the sky. You find yourself surrounded by plenty of people, the sun illuminating all those around you and filling the air with the scent of sun-baked linens. You see many of these people staring into the bay windows you've seen across the city, speaking with each other and debating whether or not to enter and purchase the tempting wares of the various merchants of Schwenten. Eventually, you find a four-way crossing, though the corners aren't 90-degree angles. Rather, they're obtuse and rounded, leading to different portions of the city, and interesting corner shops at all four of the rounding corners exist. One of them appears to be an alchemy shop of some sort, by the name of Tim's Fancy Brews and Missing Things, that catches your eyes. You see two bay windows on either side of the tall and skinny oak wood door that's situated slightly off center of the corner. The bay windows are single pane, and judging by the black trimming, very old. Looking inside, you see a somewhat messy sight, but made cozier by how it's messy. You see what appear to be old stuffed animals, smoking mirages in glass display cases, and doodads upon shelves pointed inwards from within a small foyer-esque space just beyond the door, it seems, though the reflection of the sun and the city makes it hard to see anything else from the outside. And that is what you see as you walk through the city.
Is there anything weird going on in there?
No,
Okay.
that's just portions of the city that you see, including that one.
The potion shop. We'll have to tell Vivian about this place.
Okay. So, you all find your way at the board and board before Vivian shows up and before Eupheme shows up, Dagamaris.
Hey, you're late. We got a room. Well, more like a floor.
You got a floor.
Well, yeah, they're suites. So you just get the whole floor. There's 4 bedrooms. It's room for us all.
4 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Is that true? He looks towards the there are 2 bedrooms. Thank you. 2 bedrooms and a futon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I misheard.
Yeah, that was
Of course you did. So where are the rest of them?
Eupheme's out getting food for dinner. There's a full kitchen in the suite, and then, well, Vivian, here.
I mean, if you got it.
Where are you?
And as soon as
Thanks.
you write, as soon as you read it, you literally see him writing it in the book as you walk in. Oh, there you are, Vivian.
Oh,
Where have you been?
Well, I tried to find some of the people mentioned in Hector's journal. First Servius beat me to it a while ago. He forced me to scry on Hector's parents.
they're still alive?
They're vegetables. At his hand.
At this point, Eupheme walks in as well.
little help.
Sure, yeah. I'll hold them up.
Careful with the apple juice.
Wow, this looks brilliant.
On a lighter note, you wanted artificers?
Yes.
I found some. And some very, 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 very wonderful magical items.
Well, Where? Oh, I found a potion place that you might be interested in. You can get your stuff for your poisons or whatever.
Yes.
It seemed interesting.
Well, I'm a bit out of funds. I purchased one of their items.
Magic item.
Yes, it keeps me from being restrained or paralyzed.
Restrained.
It is a powerful item.
Wow, that sounds really useful.
They have quite a few very, very tempting items.
How do you know it works?
I don't yet. I need to attune to it.
Yes, hopefully it is not a candy sapphire.
Yeah, you should try to put her in like a headlock or something.
I haven't attuned to it.
Shall I?
Please don't do it.
This wine is tempting.
You even got some big fancy earrings.
Yeah.
I'm very hungry. Are you cooking?
I am.
Excellent. I have no idea how to cook. So have fun with that.
I could teach you some things.
Is there a bath? Is there a bath here?
I don't know.
Oh, did we see a bath?
No, it's not a bathroom in there.
Ah.
There's a bathhouse in Trenton. There's multiple. There's 5, I think.
It's what?
There's 5.
There's 5.
At him.
He said
Oh.
there's 5.
Oh, okay. Where's the closest one?
It's about. I think it's on Mose Street. Yeah, it's about 3 blocks south of here.
Okay.
No. North.
No.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have not cleaned myself in months, and I got new clothes, so I'm gonna go do that.
That's gross.
Yes.
Yeah, if you wanted me to clean you, I could just snap my fingers. That's how I do it.
For future reference, I will ask you to do that, but I think a bath would be really nice.
Are you sure that it is cleaning?
Completely sanitary.
Yes, well, I don't know. Perhaps it just makes you look clean and you're actually covered in shit.
I would know if I was covered in shit.
Would you?
Wouldn't
I
it
don't
smell?
cook.
Still?
I don't know.
Thank you for cooking.
Okay. Well, sure. You should be back in time by when dinner's ready.
When is that place closed, do you know?
They have like hours on the front door?
No.
What time is it now?
That's 6:50.
They probably are closed now, but I can show you where it is tomorrow because it had a very long name that
I have keen mind. What's the name?
It is. Magnanimous, magnificent, great, grand, spectacular, at least somewhat interesting place of trinkets and magical goodies.
Yes.
Surely you're pulling my leg.
No, truly, that was the name of it.
All right.
Yes.
Wow.
Very-
That's just like Bat's name.
What?
You know, what?
What?
It was just imp thing.
Did you tell us his name?
Well,
I thought it was
I call him,
Baz.
yeah, I call him Baz, but he told me his actual name is Bathomixigir Medianias Vava Vava Virgilencia. But you know, I like baths.
That's a
so.
joke. That's a joke.
What?
You see, with confidence.
Say
you
it
said
one more time.
Bathomixigir Medianias Vava Vava Virgilencia.
I'm astounded by that.
Is that
I
like
really am astounded.
a coffee bean drink or something?
Well,
I
as
don't know.
splendid as that is, I'm really hungry.
Okay. Come on, I'll bring all this stuff
I'm gonna put
upstairs.
everything down, and then
We're not in the
We're
room.
not upstairs yet.
I know. Ceremoniously put on my apron.
We're a Lord of Pestilence. Grab me once more.
Don't say that.
You're right. I got anxious right as I said it. Let's just go upstairs.
Right on that. Yes.
I'm gonna
Go
go then
upstairs.
set down all my shit other than like a gold piece and my new clothes. And also my current clothes, and I'm gonna go to the
So it was 6:50 when they all got in. So I'd be reading for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Short rest.
Yes.
Cool.
Fucking warlock vibes.
Yes, absolutely short rest.
Cool.
Okay, so you guys walk upstairs, eating and cooking, and that is where we will end it.
What a sad but also wholesome session.
Yeah. That was cool. That was good.
It was a very lore-rich session. Just doing the damn thing.
Doing the damn
exploring.
thing. I know. I know.
Website.
All this will be available on the website. I lied about the being available on the break. I can't do this on my laptop. So it will be available sometime tonight or tomorrow. And then you can go to the website and look at all the handouts there. Thank you for joining us. Exploring the city of Schwenten, seeing the University of Schwenten, learning about the world a bit after a year.
It's like starving and then eating like a really, really, really big meal all at once.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh god, we're paralyzed.
I think the last big lore drop that you guys got at this level was Kretalon.
Kretalon, for sure.
Actually, Kretalon. That was when Balanzar was revealed in his full state.
The Aerolendi, we heard Aerolendi for the first time.
Arlenda was for the first time. Allies of Humanity. All that stuff.
Yeah.
Bertram Stelmus.
Bernard Stelmus.
Bernard Stelmus, sorry. The room underneath the inn that you guys never figured out really.
Fuck, that thing, the thing in the room that you opened up? The creature in the room?
Siren.
As a siren? And it didn't kill you because you were a human, but we saw this like shadow. We shoved 2 rounds in there. Yeah, bro. Fuck that thing.
So it's been a slow burn, and even though there was a lot of lore today, trust me,
There's
but
more.
a drop. But a drop, my friends. Anyway.
The lore goblin says.
One shot next week. We're doing a one shot next week.
We are doing a one-shot next week. It'll be written by Dina Ingley. She will be doing a one-shot in her own world. It will not be in Hindoran whatsoever. It is a world of her creation that she spent hours upon hours making. We played a couple sessions, but then she just had too much going on, so she wasn't able to continue.
I'm disorganized.
Well, it's not just disorganized.
No,
she was
it really is.
tackling
I'm just
a
disorganized.
lot at once. So, but we'll see that in her world, something new. I will be playing as a character, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
And then after that week, we will be going back to regular scheduled programming. I'm hoping to play D&D more frequently during the week, but everyone else's schedule is, everyone's an adult, right? You got other stuff going on, but hopefully.
Anyway,
we will see.
figure that out.
We will see.
Love you,
Thank
bye.
you for joining us. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.